Eons ago, during the age of the Magi, the world was something other. Magic is all that there was and all that was needed. Legend states that a cataclysmic event brought a great frozen age to the world of Lacrin, and soon after, a new era dawned. Though they say the ancient magics of the Magi still lie buried and lost, scattered around the world, lying in wait for those with the courage to wield it to discover. Welcome to the world of Lacrin and the continent of Thelmecia. Noble knights, roaming orcs, mischievous goblins, and idyllic wondrous lands, just waiting to be explored. Now, a new peril aspires to plunge Thelmecia into despair once more, but not before a few unheard-of heroes take their chance at triumph. Welcome to Tablestory, Darkfire.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. I swear to God, I was about to say Fractured Worlds.
I thought you were gonna say Fractured Worlds. I was ready for it.
It fucking weirded, it completely threw me. I was like, what the fuck is this called? Oh my God, that was horrible. That made me feel strange. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tablestory's Darkfire. It's I guess it's a sort of spiritual successor to Fractured Worlds in a way. It's got the John Sandman in it. It's got the Tiger Writer in it.
It's got the BradWOTO.
McCloaken's here in spirit. Yeah, Pith's in Pith's in the world somewhere. He's not.
He's not here in spirit.
All right, Chaplin. We'll put Chaplin and Pith in an episode one day. They're like in the crowd. So when you're watching this, imagine there's like an Easter egg, like in the crowd, Chaplin and Pith are watching. You know, like how E.T. is in Star Wars. You know, like that kind of thing.
So, I wish you could have shown that. That would have been cool.
That would be cool, wouldn't it? Yeah. We'll pan the camera out from them when we begin. There's an Asimov. Actually, Asimovs don't really exist in my saying. So I wanted to see if anyone.
What if I wanted to play an Asimov?
Well, I wanted to see if anyone picked one first, and then no one did, and now I've completely written them off. So they don't exist now.
Pumpkin's getting mad at us, and she's not even here about talking about Fractured Worlds.
I know. She's not here. So you may have noticed that we have just an image of Rin Honestone and not the actual Pumpkinberry here in the stream. She's on a train right now. She was working for Twitch. That sellout doing work for Twitch. How dare she? Welcome to our Twitch stream, by the way. We stream every week. If you're here watching us on YouTube, check us out on Twitch. She is on a train. She will be here as soon as she's here. I think probably for the second half. We'll when we cut to a break, we'll come back and Rin should join us. But there's plenty going on, plenty to see us over for the first half.
I want to know what's happened. Did she make it out of the sewer? What's above her? What's happening? Where is she?
She opened the manhole and was gobbled up by a dragon. So we'll see.
Dope.
Dragon city?
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Tiger Rider's back though.
Yeah!
Woo!
Yeah!
He's back from his he went around the world, dude, in 1 week. That is crazy. He went around the whole world on a boat in a week. What was the favorite bit? Where was the best place on the boat?
The best place on the boat? My bedroom.
Did you just go on a cruise and sit in your bedroom? That is streamer life right there.
That's streamer life. Total streamer life.
I don't know. There's a lot of cool places
the
like that.
cooks seem dope. Like the guys who were like cooking and like they'd like dance and stuff. Those are some good Instagram stories.
There was like a bar in the back called Alchemy that made really good drinks, and that was probably the nicest place to hang out. Other than that, like people just like, I don't know. Like I spent a lot of time with a couple friends that were there, and I just kind of walked around a lot and enjoyed not being in 40-degree weather.
Yeah, welcome to Cali, baby.
Whatever. I still think Colorado has better weather than California.
You're crazy, dude.
No, I'm not. You have one season.
Good. We don't need rain. Rain sucks.
70s
depressing.
You have 70s and hot.
That's 2
boring
seasons.
as shit.
It's fall and summer. There
You
we
don't
go.
have fall. You don't have fall. California doesn't have fall. Northern
The
California.
leaves are falling. It's fall.
Yeah, Southern California has leaves falling because it was so hot. The trees finally gave up.
It's so true. I can't do rain. Literally, when it rains outside, I get hot chocolate or hot tea, and I sit around and do nothing. I can't do anything when it's raining. I just want to cuddle up.
That's pretty pathetic.
Dude, how often does it happen here? 5 times a year?
It stormed like a motherfucker when we were on the last day of the cruise. It like rained and it was really, really cool. The boat was like, though, and I actually was completely fine until I got home. When I got home is when I felt sick because my head was still like my equilibrium was still doing the rocking thing. And I was fine until I laid down to go to bed, and I laid down to go to bed, and it was like I drank too much and had to spin. And I was like, what's happening?
Vertigo.
Miserable.
I've never been on a cruise, and that just put me off going on one forever. That sounds terrifying, truly terrifying.
What if I was going to be on the cruise?
I'd be there immediately. If I had,
And I'll be there.
if I had known that you were going to be on a cruise last week, I would have cancelled this show and gone to the cruise. I would have bought a speedboat and gone out there.
I had a +1. I should have just.
Such a liar. Lying does.
Oh
Me?
man,
No.
Brad?
Me.
I believe Brad right now. I believe him. I think you're a
I
rude
was gonna go
John
on
for
a
not
cruise-
believing our faithful friend BradWOTO.
If I was going
He's
on a
one
cruise with
Felix
anyone,
order away from a cruise.
if I was going on a cruise with anyone, it would be Tiger, because he would be able to sing the Titanic theme to me while we were on the front of the boat. Right?
That would be the best picture.
Oh yeah, that's pretty romantic.
Oh, man.
Well, welcome to the stream, everybody. Again, PB will be here soon enough, but until she isn't, it's a boys' night for a little while.
8 equal D in the chat. Oh, sorry, this is not my stream.
You can 8 equals D in the chat if you want. It's just an 8 and equals and a D.
I looked at Wax's face when I said it. I was like, oh, is Wax gonna be okay with this?
Mad. He's gonna be mad with you. No, PB's not here. We can get away with stuff like that. She's the one who tells us off for stuff. PB,
No.
I want an emote that is tables to mum. And I don't know what it needs to be. Just like a hand with one of those
Hands
rolling
on,
pins.
no, hands on the hips. It should just be
some
hands
hands on the hips, like cow and chicken style, where you just see. And then tables to
I miss
mum.
that show. I miss that
Oh
fucking
man,
show.
Mama had a chicken. Mama had a cow. Dad was proud. Anyway,
Dad was proud.
so D&D. So let's catch Tiger up and the rest of you on what happened last time. Of course,
Yes.
it was the beginning of the Rose Guard Autumn Festival, a 3-day event in the capital city of Rose Guard, where 3 tournaments are held, or 3 contests are held. And the first one is a melee contest in which Drift the Cursebreaker was entered. Of course, it does for some reason say that 19 is also fighting in the tournament as well. But we know for a fact that Drift was in it because the first combat was last week. Drift was pitted against Sir Sieg of the Palace Guard.
Sir Weak.
Sir Weak, yeah. It's almost as if they put the crap one out because the real Palace Guard are defending the king.
I'm so fucked.
The big kind of lumbering, heavily armored, classic sort of looking knight with his cowardly brother on the flute as his bardic support. And the competition began. The stage was set, and there was a small surprise, I think, for everybody when the arena itself transformed. You roll a big D4 dice in the game to decide which arena you fight in, and of the 4 you rolled a
2. Lucky number.
which was the water stage, like big sort of like Tekken style water stage comes up, and the entire arena filled with water, or at least the entire arena that you had to fight in, filled with water, and you and Sir Sieg kind of had to fight underwater. Pretty much the entire thing took place underwater with you two kind of trying to drown each other out. You hit Sieg a couple of times. He grabbed you, tried to kind of bear hug the oxygen out of you. You managed to break free, clamber up onto a rock, and then you sort of like did a big jump, blap, and you managed to, by the skin of your teeth as well, it really was down to the wire between you two, defeat.
It was one shot. If I missed and he hit, I was down.
It was whoever got the next hit. And
I was either going to take the healing potion or swing one more time.
When you were sat there like, I might take the healing potion, I was like, I've won this. I think if you'd done the healing potion, because he hits pretty hard. That's the problem with Sieg, is he's like, he doesn't have anything special going on, but he just has like armor and sword, but he hits pretty hard. So yeah, that was probably the best move you could have made, and you successfully defeated him and move on to the second round in what is essentially a knockout tournament. We didn't see any other fights. We instead sideswiped to Rin, who had a sort of an encounter with these people, this kind of cultist group that she seems to be a part of, or was previously working with, or is still working with. We don't know what's going on exactly with Rin, but they gave her a bunch of stuff, told her to cut off a finger, and sent her out into a sewer system to make her way back to the city. She kind of wandered through the sewers. She encountered a couple of skeletons. She encountered a snake, and then she ran for her life and ran until she found a ladder, climbed up the ladder, opened the manhole cover, and that was pretty much it. That was pretty much all that happened. 19, of course, in the previous episode, went to get his big lumbering leg fixed at the Blood Grip Armory, and that's where he's been the entire time. So, with you all caught up, you have any questions, Tiger?
Can we? Are we gonna get the?
I don't know.
Just want to know what is he okay? Is Tiger okay? Getting his leg on?
Of course I'm okay.
He's Tiger. Right?
No. Sorry. Is 19 okay?
Let's find out.
Yes, that's what I wanted. I wanted to start with 19 because I'm so curious.
Yeah,
I'm not ready for fighting.
We're going straight to the Coliseum. Time to fight. It's still roughly midday-ish as we're gonna jump back in to the Coliseum. So the Coliseum is a huge, great thing, which is just outside of town. In fact, I will bring us over to the map just to remind ourselves here. Wait, no, it's not there, is it? It's a ballroom blitz. There we go.
Sick. I want to get dropped off by a huge hand in the Coliseum.
So, the festival field, which the day before you've been wandering around the town, and near just over the river is the Blood Grip Armory, and it opens up with a big open front to allow you to see over this river, which is roughly, like, it's a pretty large river. At this point, it's just under a mile wide, so it's pretty huge. But you can see, you would have been able to see that there wasn't a big sort of 150-foot Coliseum-looking thing set up in that festival field. Once you got closer, you noticed that there was a lot of stuff going on there. There was a big kind of marketplace, kind of, all these tents set up where people were staying and things like that, and as well as the Coliseum itself. So 19. No, why am I saying 19? It's because I'm looking at your token. Iridir and Drift. I swear Roll20 just hates me now. I don't know what I've done. I think it was just all those characters that I've rolled ones with on Wax various shows. Now Roll20 is like, oh yeah, this guy, we hate him. Yeah, I remember now. So back to the Coliseum, a huge, great thing. Pretty much everyone in town or everyone in the city that is able to get to this Coliseum is here. It's enormous. It's a huge amount of crowds, unbelievably large. It'd be mind-blowing to witness. It'd be like nothing you've ever seen in your entire life. And Iridir and Drift, you are wheeled away. The the arena grounds kind of drain away that water pretty quickly, and then it magically transforms. The columns remain. Those 2 columns covered in the glyphs that spouted the water out, they remain there now. They weren't there at first.
Mind-blowing for me. It's mind-blowing.
But
okay.
when you first walked out to it, it was as if it was just kind of like plain ground, like grassy, meadowy kind of basic plains. And it returns to that relatively quickly. It's not damp or anything. The water, the experience, it's all clearly magical and being controlled by these wizards, which are underneath the box which contained the king, King Wilmar, who gave his speech at the beginning, and seems to be kind of emceeing this whole thing as well. You are very quickly ushered away again by the guards that are sort of stewarding the event, and you're taken back to the area which your room was nearby, but you aren't pushed into your room or anything. You're just taken off of the grounds and underneath a sort of the tunnels that allow you to get to the room. You know that your rooms are down this sort of corridor to a left, and you move it down it a little more. The guard kind of pushes you in to this area, and you see people beginning to be prepared for the next fight, which is a little reminder for everybody. The melee contest, bam, is 19 versus Walter the Red, which of course doesn't make sense.
Hey, Brad.
Uh-huh.
Why am I 19?
Why are you 19? Oh, for God's sake.
I was like, this is cool.
Let me just quickly move you guys over.
For God's sakes.
I thought I did it. There you go. Is that correct? Yeah, let me just, yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Bam. So
I'm only gonna be drift if I can do a musical.
that would have been a good little twist, wouldn't it? If like
Drift
you were 19 in the thing, and that was the answer to the whole thing.
Well, because I always look this way in roleplay, and like it would have really messed with me if I had to look both
I
ways.
understand.
Look this way for Rin.
I will always remember that from now on. I think you've been in the same position for both the shows that I've put you in. It's just out.
I have. I've always looked this way if I'm talking to anyone.
I'll always
or
remember
at
that
camera.
and put you there. So, yeah, you're ushered into this kind of waiting area, I guess. You know that you have like a windowless room down the corridor with some food and stuff in it. Also, the guards which kind of usher you off and drag out Walter into the center. They push you off and they just say, you've got about maybe an hour, 2 hours, something like that. All right. So do with it what you want. I'd suggest having a lay down. You don't look too good.
Yes, that sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Are we free to leave the arena and come back?
You got the marbles?
Yes.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
All right. Do you by chance know if there happens to be anyone in town that, that sells any sort of assistance for bards? I'm looking for something that will. Well, I'm rather tired after the last event. You understand?
Oh yeah, little pick me up. Yeah, you want a little pick me up?
I don't know what he means.
Oh,
Why is he touching his nose?
he's also fervently
yes, a pick
checking
me up.
himself as if he's been robbed. He says, "I don't have a dice on me." He says, "No, not this time of day. No, maybe later on if you were interested, I can hook you up."
Right. All right. Well, thank you anyway. I suppose we'll try and have a look around and see if we can find. Well, I'll see if I can find something.
Yeah,
Drift,
well,
perhaps you should rest.
You should probably, it's going to take you a while to get all the way back into town and back over the bridge and then come back. So I wouldn't probably go that far. You should probably just stay to the festival grounds.
Right. Fair enough. Thank you.
Yeah. All
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah. Well, don't walk out. All right. He just
Were you
points at
impressed?
the thing. Hey.
Were you impressed?
No. And he walks off. He looks like he's flustered and he heads off. In the arena, the rumble above you of the people, it starts to pick up a little bit as the next contest is clearly about to begin. You can view it from this area. You're on the opposite side, but you're essentially where Iro stood viewing your combat. Stood in this archway with you is a very old-looking gnome in sort of heavy armor. He's got a big old kind of flat-top tower shield, and he's resting his head on it. And he's got a really long beard that kind of sits and sways kind of slightly in the wind. The front of the tower shield has the Rose Guard emblem on it, but the armor he's wearing looks a little different to what you've seen from the other guards and military folk. It looks a little more embellished. There's a few more. There's like the pauldrons are a little larger, and they've got some more intricate-looking designs and things on them.
Okay.
For a gnome, he looks pretty fucking big as well. He's definitely a gnome from what he looks like, but he's just a little, he's like a foot bigger than any other gnome you might have ever seen.
Is he jacked, like roided up?
Kind of hard to tell underneath his armor. He's extremely old. His hair is completely white. He's got a very long beard and long hair. Give me an insight check.
Yeah.
Give me an
Grunty.
insight check if you want to just give him a once over.
Yeah, I want to give for sure. I want to give him a once over.
He's very Master Roshi-like, yeah.
14.
The armor that he's wearing, the shield that he has, and the longsword on his hip are all way too big for him, for sure. So underneath, he must have a decent build, even for an old man. You'd imagine that he's probably pretty strong.
Okay. Where is he standing as opposed to me?
He's like right at the edge of the archway, the opposite side to you. It's only like maybe 10-15 feet across. It's not huge.
Okay, cool.
And he's just resting. He's facing outwards. He doesn't have anyone else here. There are a couple of the stewards, like these guards, that are milling around. They seem to be busying themselves. The crowds are moving about above you. And you can see that guy, that Walter the Red, in the fanciful kind of clothing, and his bard, who was the conductor-looking gentleman, being pushed out onto the field from the other side. What do you guys want to do?
Did anyone bring us the collection of the money from the grounds of the Coliseum?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I would walk up to the gnome and I say, good day, sir.
The gnome, for sure, looks like he was drifting off and kind of just startles and what do you want?
Hello. You can call me Iro. What's your name?
Iro. Do I know you?
Well, I don't know. I've never met you before. That's why I was inquiring about your name.
The name's Ward. He holds out a small hand.
Ward. Pleasure to meet
Veiny
you.
looking, grips your hand, turns to you, Drift. How tall are you, Drift?
5 foot.
Oh, he's still
I
looking.
feel.
He's still looking up to you, even though he's
Hell
big.
yeah.
He's big. He sounds different too. He doesn't have that strange pinched voice like a gnome that you would know. I think Drift, you're pretty familiar with gnomes as well, which is why I'm giving you the info. Iro, I don't know how familiar you are or whether you care, but this.
I would assume so.
So
He's way more scruffy sounding and way more.
he's just big. He's like how a Goliath looks to you guys, like just bigger, you know.
Yeah,
not
cool.
beyond massive, just bigger. He says, solid show from you.
Thank you. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I couldn't make out much of it while you were underwater.
He was trying to drown me.
Yeah, that's Sieg's way. Not much with a sword is Sieg, so usually just kind of runs at people, bundles into them, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm glad I brought him down.
He was very skillful. Sir, I'm sorry, Ward. Would you happen to know the crowd had happened to enjoy the performance that we had put on? And I was wondering, does someone go around and collect all the golden things that are dropped in?
Yeah, they usually get most of it. They might pocket a gold or two, but they're too afraid of the wizards to take all of it. The boys will drop it off in your room. You have quarters, yes?
A room here?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, where would that be located?
I don't know. You don't have a waiting room? They don't give you. Where's his waiting room?
One of the guards kind of snaps to attention and runs forward and, yes, sir.
Yeah, their waiting room. Take them to it. Yeah, they want their money.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, follow me. Young
We have to
looking
replenish
soldier.
our supplies from the event thus far. And I want to make sure that my friend Drift here is a little better prepared for the next match.
Yeah, you're going to have to be very prepared, young man. Unless this 19 proves to be a very, very, very capable fighter, you're going to have
I'm
to.
sorry, did you say 19?
Yes.
He's fighting?
The next fight is a War Hero
no
19.
idea.
Then Walter the Red. I've gone toe to toe with Walter a few times, and he's a nasty bugger. Smile on his face.
Wait. If 19 is fighting, that means if he wins, I have to fight him?
Well, yeah, I suppose that would be correct. Yes, but I don't think anyone's really got much of a chance. Save perhaps Godfrey against Walter.
Why is Walter so good?
Shadow tactics. Has a sword like yours when he really wants to go for it. Few tricks up his sleeve. That bard of his usually helps him out.
Yeah, but I got a better bard.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, your stories were very interesting, but you look a little tapped, huh?
I am a bit spent, yes. I say, earlier we had given some information about spells and our weapons and such. Are we able to update this information?
Yes. Every time you... Why don't you know this stuff? Who's footing the bill for you then, boy? You do it yourself?
Are you familiar with the Boulder Downs?
Yes, of course, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
we're appearing here at their behest.
I understand, that's why. Yeah. Oh, well, I suppose they won't have given you much information. The younger Boulder Down, was it?
I don't know the older one, so I'll assume yes.
Yeah, useless. Can't swing a sword. Nothing by way of tactics. You barely ride a horse. Let's hope there's
Has
not
lots of money,
another
though.
war.
Lots of money.
That they do, yes. They're a very old family. You'll be able to... you can change your spells and take different equipment if you want. You'll
Well, that's good.
refill the gnome will come around wherever he's gone. You'll have to refill out your little parchment again. Can you write?
How do you know so much about all this?
Well, I've participated in every single one of these here tournaments.
Who are you with?
Well, they make me fight on behalf of the military.
He taps the front of his shield. There's a big Rose Guard emblem on the front, the rose, and he says,
I've been a fighter for near 400 years now. Yeah.
Are you fighting in the games?
Yes. After this one.
Well,
So
we look forward to seeing your match.
I wouldn't worry.
You seem like a very honorable individual.
I hope you win.
Yeah, I hope I win as well. As far as I can tell, they're sending a northerner at me. A big, burly dwarven bastard. Usually a ferocious
Bring him
one.
down. Cut off his toes.
Yeah. Not quite the fighter I used to be.
I doubt that. I've got a lot of faith in you. And I just kind of tap him on the shoulder.
Well then, I suppose we'll see. No skin off my nose. Get paid the same.
Fair enough. All right, well, I suppose we'll be heading to our room and collect our winnings and such, and hopefully we'll prepare ourselves well for the next match.
You'll want to rest, boy.
He pokes you on the head.
Spellcaster, aren't you?
Yeah, I do some spell casting.
Go rest.
Okay, thank you. Any more words of advice from such a seasoned veteran as yourself?
Don't piss off Walter. Don't goad him. No.
Don't goat Walter.
Goad.
Goad.
Don't goad
Goad.
him. I wouldn't make him angry. Yeah, you actually wouldn't like him when he's angry. He acts like a fanciful dancer, but really he is an extremely capable warrior and a nasty fuck.
Okay, so be nice to him, maybe.
Yeah, honestly, it's probably a good idea. I don't think he gives a shit whether you die in this competition. He doesn't have very much honor under that smile.
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Fight well, young one, and good luck finding your drugs, sir.
Drugs?
Drugs.
And you were asking about the drugs, no?
I don't know what those are.
Yeah, yeah, very good. Don't worry, I'm not a guard anymore. I just fight in the tournament and go home, go to bed. I'm not going to tell anyone.
What are drugs?
I really
Drugs?
would like to have a little.
He falls asleep standing on his tower shield. He's immediately asleep.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right.
Drugs.
So, this Walter fellow seems like a bit of trouble. You should definitely get some rest. I'll head out and perhaps get some supplies and things.
Do you think before, when you come back, we could talk about a strategy? Because he seems like a little tougher than my last opponent.
Excellent. Yes, but I should definitely try and get some supplies and perhaps get you maybe another weapon just in case.
Behind you,
Yeah.
music starts to play. King Wilmar stands up in his box and addresses the crowd. And now, it's time for the next fight. Walter the Red and a war hero, 19, the newcomer. Standing at the center of the arena is Walter the Red in his fanciful-looking clothing and what can only be described as a raggedy drunk next to him. A human man, swaying. He's got a rusty longsword in his hand and a mug of ale in the other. He's got no armor on, and his face is unshaven and red from years of boozing. And the king says, "A round of applause!" Everyone goes crazy. Let's see here. I don't have a dice. I need a dice. Give me a dice, please. Roll 20. 18. Cool. Walter immediately.
one from 19.
That is almost a 19. If it had been a 19, it would have been something very different. So, Walter immediately, as if he has done this 1,000 times, begins to approach the very, very center. His bard raises a conductor's baton, and with the flick of a wrist, this sort of ghostly orchestra suddenly appears at the southern end of the arena, and they begin playing an ethereal kind of concerto, which sounds eerily similar to the Brandenburg Concerto No. 4. Walter does a lap. He does a full lap of the arena. It takes a little while, but he soaks in all of the attention. The concerto is really nice and it's really well played. Everyone is completely enamored by this, and they start to cheer and scream. Roses start to be thrown in, which weren't thrown in, and no one threw a single rose during your thing, but roses begin to litter the arena as Walter walks around. He picks one up, kisses it, throws it behind him, and begins to walk along and kind of fancifully dance a little bit. This trail of roses follows him, gold, silver, falling into the arena. The drunken man at the center is swaying, kind of barely able to stand up, but Walter doesn't even give him a second look. You see the king even clapping, very interested in the performance, and Walter and his bard eventually quieten down. Then you see the drunkard man stumble forward. A bunch of people kind of quieten down. The king looks a little confused. Looks to his advisors in the king's box there, and the drunkard just stands forward. He grabs his scepter with the clear end that allows you to project your voice to the people in the arena, and he just says, "This whole fucking thing's a farce! Shouldn't they be paying the fucking soldiers? Eh? Shouldn't they? It's a fucking hoax!" Everyone suddenly goes quiet. Just the whole Coliseum's it's really awkward. The king stands up. A few of the guards don't know what to do. Walter kind of just looks like he's been slapped in the face, and he says, "Fuck the king! Fuck the king!" He stumbles forward, falls to one knee, stands back up. "Your time's coming, old man!" he shouts at the box. Suddenly, a bunch of men suddenly rush into the arena. The guards suddenly grab this guy. Walter looks flabbergasted. He's got his like rapier out, but he just lets it kind of fall to his side a little bit. The drunkard man is grabbed and pulled backwards, and he just keeps shouting towards the box with the king in. "Fuck the king, eh? Fuck the king! Coliseum will rise! Eh? Fuck you!" He's dragged away. Just the crowd begin to boo and hiss. The drunkard throws his tankard as far up as he can. He's like aiming for the king, but it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't even make it out of the arena. It kind of just lands, the beer spilling out. He says, "The nobility will be held accountable for their crimes. Fuck the king!" And he is dragged away. Walter, again, looks flabbergasted. He picks up his sword, sheaths it, and walks out of the arena. Somewhere in the crowd, underneath the robe, underneath the mask, Tari, the Kersharian rogue, smiles and leaves the arena as well. 19. Across town.
Across town. What the fuck?
You. The last thing you remember, you went to sleep pretty much. You awaken to the sound of various things. You
Tell me it's Bohemian Rhapsody.
you hear a sort of a distant crowd, which is a little odd, and probably one of the first things you pick up on as you see. It's a very loud kind of cheering and rumbling. That's not close, but close enough that it's an odd thing to hear and to notice. You also, for sure, you notice a nearby core of seagulls, and more prominently, the sound of like metal being hammered. Yeah, metal. And you come to from what is again a very strange experience for you. Like you normally sleep and you're aware, so this is a different thing to come up from what is a true sleep. You feel okay. There's no great pain. You feel heavy still, but in general you don't feel any different. As you come to and you kind of hear these sounds and your vision kind of clears, maybe like if we're looking down on you, we see those amber eyes light up. You see another pair of amber eyes looking back down at you. There is a kitten sat on your considerable chest. He is licking his paws and just looking down at you.
It's a grand fucking Shan.
No. It's a black cat with wide amber eyes, and around his neck is a piece of string, and there's a small wooden circle that bears the name Crine on it. Behind you, and I'll put the word here. Behind you, you hear that dwarven voice that you recognize to be Telchul Bloodgrip, and he says,
Hey, taking a liking to you, that one, eh?
He looks up, notices the cat. Oh, hello. Is this your cat?
Hey, well, it's your cat now, eh? That's a stray. Came in just after we started working on you. Like, it's not left your side. Yeah, it's like a little angel looking over you.
What's this? He looks at the name. Kryn. Right, Kryn?
if you want to say Crane. It says, yeah.
Crine? It's Crine?
I don't know.
Crane.
This is a Patreon
How do you-
NPC.
How do you say this name?
We've been calling it Crane.
Crine?
Hey.
Oh, Crine. I want to gently pet the cat.
Oh, God.
Cat loves it. Cat is very interested in you. The cat purrs. Yeah, it's very young looking. It's a kitten.
Oh my God, we're gonna have a kid.
Well, I want to take the kitten in my hands and sit up.
Yep.
I'd like to sit up straight, leg straight, sit up straight. Just kind of turn my body, holding the kitten in like an awkward way, considering he probably never held a kitten in his entire life. Well, I want to look down at my legs. Are they fixed? Is it fixed?
Looks like it. They look the same size at least from a.
put the
from
cat
a
on my
brief
shoulder.
glance. Yeah, the cat finds a perfect spot on the large, considerable shoulder and kind of rests there. It looks longingly kind of inside your armor, kind of like down, as if it like wants to climb in and sleep in there. But it settles up. Telchul approaches you and kind of, he's got like a bar in his hand. He just taps your shins and says,
Right, they're the same size now. You shouldn't have too much of a problem.
Thank you.
he says,
That was a bit touch and go again. You're a tough one, but you're not that tough. You understand, eh? People probably don't realize that you're alive, but you are alive. And I think that's twice now we've almost killed you.
I knew what was happening going into this. This is what I have to do as a warforged, except at one point I never felt any of the pain with this. Now I do.
Yeah, right. Well, suppose you don't eat and drink, right?
I do not.
Yeah, here, take a seat on this here chair.
All right. Quick question before I sit. I get my dexterity back, correct?
correct.
Okay. There we go. I'll get up and I sit in the chair.
He like looks you up and down again and just sort of checks that you're moving correctly and things, and he says, right, and he kind of leans up against the table that you were sat on. There's about 5 other dwarves here kind of working on things around. It generally seems relatively quiet apart from this obvious roar of a crowd across the river. The town in general seems a lot quieter than it was the last few days. It's extremely busy and very obviously busy. Now there's like clearly no one generally around. He leans against the table and says,
Listen, 19, eh? We want to offer you a position here with us, eh? You work for me. We need a night watchman, a strong man to guard the armory while we work or sleep, yeah? And you've got that big great sword, and he points like across the room where your great sword and your belongings are, like obviously placed and left from where you left them. He says, you look the part too. Ain't nobody gonna be fucking with you, right? I can give you 5 gold pieces a night, and when we work on certain big jobs, you'll get your cut. benefits and the like.
Well,
If you want to go your own way, then so be it. You'll owe us 150 gold for the potions, and we'll call it a day.
Truth be told, I don't know how long I'll be in town, but while I am here, it would be good for me to make some gold, considering that this, he looks down at himself, has taken a toll on my pocketbook. As long as I'm in town, I will watch over your place at night. I have no problem with that. In fact, I would gladly do it. You've all treated me very well, and to be honest with you, you've taken me in, and I'm not quite sure why, and I'm not quite sure what I must have done properly, but I'm very grateful. I do need to let you know that I have a little something I have to take care of in the city, so over the course of the rest of the day, most likely if I find my friends, what time is it right now? Do you know by chance? What time of day?
He kind of leans out and looks up at the sky and it's going to be about midday past.
All right. Well, I think it would be best if I find my friends and I let them know what's going on, especially now it's fixed, but what time do you need me here at night?
We're looking for somebody to join us, you know? Not just work. I can find a man to watch the door. I want somebody that we can trust, that we can look after, you know, like family. You got your friends, but they don't seem to give a fuck about you. You're gonna spend a few weeks with them before they kick you to the curb. Stay with us. We'll put you up.
19 puts up his wrist, shows off that big bracer he's got on, the big bracelet.
As right as you could possibly be, I don't really have a choice but to spend who knows how long with the three of them. And I think you misjudge a couple of them. I think only one of them is a little more selfish, if that makes sense. But I would say that I would not mind that at all if I could say yes to it, but the problem with it is, and he holds it up again, is that you're not going anywhere anytime soon, are you? As in your whole establishment. You don't plan on leaving this city or anything anytime soon.
Most definitely not. In fact, I think we're about to enter a very fruitful time for the Bloodroot Armory. No, we'll be here for a while.
I have to, sadly, and he puts his arm up one more time, I have to deal with this. But if you're going to be here for a long time, I'd like to let you know that once I get this situation taken care of with my friends, I don't know how long it will take, but could take a week or two, could take a month or two, could take a year. If you'd still have me when I'm done with that, I would gladly come work with you and guard you as you would guard me.
Give me an insight check.
Insight check, is that what you said?
Yeah.
$11.
You're like holding this thing up and looking at it, and he's watching this huge thing on your arm, and he says,
What is that? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, we took a good look at that while we were working on you, and it looks like a bracer, and then some nice gems in there, but I've never seen work like it before.
What do you believe in, if I may ask you? Gods, spirits, ghosts? What is it that you believe in?
I don't need to believe in ghosts. I've seen a few of them. Oh, yeah. I mean, we got our gods. Yeah, we got belief, but for me, I've always believed in the power of gold. It's always been gold for me. It's gold what bought this. It's gold what bought my home. It's gold what guards my family at night.
Well, have you got a few minutes before I leave? I could give you a potentially unbelievable story, but I could express to you how I'd come about this.
Kind of looks at it for a minute, looks back at him, looks back at it again.
Partial burden to my very short lifespan. It was only about
what, you'd say 50 days now?
50 days ago or so, I came to be who I am. About 4 days ago, I was on the road, moving for a man named John, the farmer down south. I ended up meeting up with the 3 people I was with. We were all in a caravan together. Well, as we were on that caravan, we ended up going to the city Drit, which I'm sure you've heard of, and I'm sure you've heard of what's happened.
There you going?
Well, yes. While we were on our way there, we saw what had happened, and when we arrived, it got much worse. As we got there, I was, what I'd like to say, and I think that we all understand, is basically dead. I woke up, and everything around me was burning. There was fire everywhere. The walls looked like fire. Everything was red. Everything. And I woke up next to the 3 you see me with. While I woke up, we were approached by, I got to be honest with you, I don't know what you would call it, maybe a god? Called Hasmal. Are you familiar by chance?
I never heard that name.
Neither had I till that day. At first I thought I was having what you humans and dwarves call a dream.
Holds up his wrist.
Sadly, I was not having a dream. I woke up. This on my arm, along with the other 3 with it as well. We've been given a task. That task is to supposedly save some people, some things. I'm not quite sure. Our task was told to us, but realistically, we feel like we're on a wild goose chase. We come to the city to make sure we have to speak with someone to get this task started. That task is pertinent to me continuing to be alive. If I don't hold what I'm doing with this task with the other 3, well, I'll be honest with you, it was the fear of frightening. I've never had that before. And I would not say I was scared, but I'd like you to imagine seeing somebody you've never met before's face and nothing but fire. It was a very peculiar situation. Eventually, we made our way out of his, whatever you would call it. We had to come out of a cave. Out of the cave, we almost got caught by this huge creature. I don't know what it was called. I think somebody knew the name of it. Anyways, we made our way slowly back to the city to get that started. So at the current time, if I don't finish that, basically, I'm dead. Now, once again, I'll repeat myself. It's a pretty unbelievable story, I know. But that is where this bracelet came from, along with my friends. Hence why I'm offering that once I'm done with everything I'm doing, or whatever it is I have to do, I would be honored to come back and be by your side. Maybe you could even teach me how to smith once I'm back. Anytime I come to the city in general, because I'm sure I'll be back here at some point in time, after we end up leaving again, and then probably coming back and then leaving again. Anytime I'm here, I will do my best to help you. You've helped me.
It sounds to me like you went from being a slave for the fucking military to being a slave for this thing. That is no
Shakes his
bracer.
head knowingly.
That is a manacle, son. What happens if you don't do what I says? That thing can blow up?
Yeah. You know, there have been times in the loose few days I've had this where it wouldn't be the worst thing if it blew up. At least then I'd be able to find out what happens. Because I'm going to be honest with you, being what will be the word? Alive, or being whatever this is, you, me, speaking with each other, being people, it's very confusing. And it's made me think a lot about everything. What happens after it's gone? Where will I be afterwards when I think you call it dead? What are all these things? So sometimes having this bracer has reminded me that I am, as you just said, yet again a potential slave once again. At least beforehand, I didn't know it. I was doing what I was programmed and made to do. now that I've got my own choices, it complicates things. I'll tell you, this was not my first decision, but I also think that this Hazmal saved me from dying, which is still confusing because what is after death?
Well, it's one way to get a man on your side, though. Save his life. And what happens to that there bracer if you complete your task?
I do not know yet. Although I would like to know because I've grown to come fond of how nice it looks on my arm.
It does look nice, that's right. It does look nice.
There's a moment where you realize that you can't really hear what's going on outside anymore. The big doors have been closed, and there's a lock on the door. The dwarves that are around you are now in kind of a circle around you on this chest. And Telchel stands back and says,
I can't let something that pretty walk out that door. I'm sorry, my friend.
can you please roll me some initiative 19?
Holy shit, he's getting jumped.
I'm sorry.
Oh god, this is really bad.
Oh, I don't have anything to click on.
It's really bad. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to bring you over to...
Did you want me to put it in or you want me to just re-roll it real quick? Because I don't have anything to click on yet.
Yeah, I can add it in. Don't worry. I'm bringing you over to the thing right about now.
Funk show, brother.
Is this it? Are we there?
Oh my god.
Nope,
That's
this
where
is the real
That's
one.
where Ren had her fight.
Sorry, it's a similar looking map on the overlay thing. There we go. So,
Oh my
you are
god.
about
Oh
here.
my god. Why?
Telchel is here. And you notice that the door is locked and there are two dwarves in front of it. Street is quiet. They all draw out weapons. Pretty much all of them have battle axes. And
Brad?
Yeah.
May I say something before this fight starts?
Yeah.
To the Tolchel?
Oh, yeah. No.
Or would you like me to wait for a
I
turn?
mean, they're going to attack you pretty much. Let me just.
Holy fucking what the hell?
What did you roll? Is it?
I rolled a 4.
Oh, damn, son.
That's why I was asking in general, like, if I could speak with them in general.
I think.
Speak. Let him say one thing.
Yeah, it would just depend on what Tolchel wants to do. I mean, if he's just going to straight attack me.
All right,
He rolled survival to
they're
see if he could
they're
win
all
this.
pulling weapons out. So if it's something very brief, yeah, now would be the time to
Yeah,
say
yeah,
it.
it's basically just... I just kind of look at the whole room and look around all of them.
Well, two things about this situation are no fun. Firstly, all of you versus me. Telchel, aren't you strong enough to take me on your own? And secondly, if I could get rid of this bracer, I'd give it to you for payment. I really wouldn't mind. You don't have to try to kill me to take it. I can just tell you that I don't know what happens if it comes off of my body. But again, Telchel, you need 5 other people to help take this off my wrist. I thought you were a lot tougher than that.
Telchel brings a battle axe out and says, I've learned to be safe in my time. And if you don't know what happens when that comes off, then no one knows. But what I do know
It's true.
is that's very pretty. So I think I'll take it for myself. He brings his battle axe back and swings it at you.
Holy shit!
Dude, everyone's face has changed in here. Everyone was smiling, everyone was nice. Now, to them, you look like a fucking thing. You just look like a big old payday. You look like a piece of meat, an animal being prepared for dinner. Unfortunately. He's going to swing his battle axe on a 19. I'm going to go ahead and assume that that's a miss.
Good.
He
Let's go.
swings at
Can
you.
we just say that he hit his new armor he put on me and it
I
just
feel
goes
like,
king,
for
and it just
sure.
just hits it?
For sure, he swings and hits the armor. Oh, the insight I had you roll earlier on. Let me just. What was it? Oh, it was 11. Never mind. Don't worry. Sorry, I thought you rolled higher and I mistook it for my DC. Yeah, he swings at you and ding, he says, haha, hey, that may have been a mistake, eh?
You've done a good job.
Your great sword is not on you. It's across the room. I did put it on the map, but it's gone, so I'm just going to replace it.
I got my sword and my shield, though.
You have your sword, your long sword and your shield on you, but I will put the great sword on the map just in case you want to go to it or whatever.
Absolutely.
I don't know what happened to it. Let me just
Probably
roll,
wrong layer bread.
No, it's gone.
It might have gone
Just
back.
put a line, if you just put a line where the box is at or something like that, I can figure it out. Yeah.
It's there. It's on this thing. It's on a set of crates nearby.
You got
So-
this, 19.
Next henchman. Do you know what's the worst thing is? I basically promised all of these people that if they split the party, they wouldn't be attacked. I think they can all get.
Thank
through.
God for new armor.
I'm gonna measure. Yeah. This guy comes running in. He jumps up on the table behind you and swings his battle axe at your head. A 15.
Miss. It's a hit again, but well, it's not a hit. But I mean, you can say hit me again.
Yeah. If you don't have your shield out yet, you're -2 AC for the record.
Yeah, so I'm at an 18 right now.
Okay. This guy comes in over here. He brings in a battle axe. 18.
Makes it, breaks it.
He hits, yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, I would assume he hits it because this makes it, breaks it, right?
This guy's behind you and just boom, crunch. You feel like a crunch. Something breaks, splinters. Something inside your armor snaps, maybe. You take 5 slashing damage there. The next guy by the door. This guy's actually staying there. This guy moves in. He's gonna hit you.
Oh my God.
17 is a miss, you say?
Mhm.
And then the last one. He goes after you.
Jesus, how
actually.
many?
So this is now your turn.
The first thing he does before he does anything, he kind of just like puts his arms up again, kind of like moves his back a little bit because you could tell he got hit.
Listen, I understand that you want what's on my wrist, and I understand that it seems to be very valuable to you. I'll only say this one more time. You're all a lot tougher than me in this obvious situation, and this is your forge. But I'm not going to not put up a fight. I'm telling you that. But if you want the gems out of here, you could always just try to pop the gems out. I assume that's what you're after, Telchol?
They're moving around you like fucking raptors. Each one has a shield and a battle axe of their own, and they look like they're experienced in doing this. They look more comfortable doing this than they did fucking making the armor and shit. They're moving like a unit, but like one of them shouts, "Aye, that gold's gonna put my son into the guild of knowledge." The other one says, "Hey, don't let him sweet talk you. Hey, he's just a fucking bit of metal. We'll turn him back to slag." And Telchel says, "I truly did offer you the chance to join us, but I can't let that go. I'm not gonna lie, we had it appraised."
I never said no to joining you, Telchol.
He says, "Can't let you walk out, son. We had that thing appraised."
As soon as he says that, he grabs his fucking hip, grabs his other hip, and just takes them both out, slams the shield down to the point where it probably shakes the building, takes the sword out, holds it up to it for a second with the gem in it, cast shield of faith on himself. So I'm gonna cast that on myself. Plus I have my shield out now. So I'll be at a 20 with my shield out, and I'll get another, what is it, with shield of faith +2. So I have a 22 right now.
22 AC?
22 AC. And as he does that, let's see, I want to remember something real quick.
What the fuck?
He
Level 3.
He whips it out. I want to check something real quick. I can't remember. Is it? Oh yeah, it was a bonus. So it was a bonus action. So I've got Shield of Faith on me now. And let's see here. Where is it real quick? The first thing he does is he looks Telchol directly in the eyes and he goes,
Boys, Telchol, I'm going to kill your leader, and if I do, I'm going to ask that you back off.
and as he does that, he goes straight for a thrust right for Telchol.
All right. Give me that attack roll.
Get him!
Why is it not letting me click it? There it is.
Right.
13.
A 13, I think, is a miss. I have managed to misplace. Yep. You bring it at Telchor. He brings his battle axe down quite quickly and parries your longsword away. His eyes go wide for a moment. He's not expecting you to be quite as skilled. He's a little confused for a moment. He says, he looks over at the others, and they kind of look at him as well, and they all kind of look a little confused.
Move out of my way. And when I'm done with this, and he holds up, he's got the sword in his hand, and he shakes his wrist before he passes the turn. He goes, I told you I would come back. Don't break my faith. I've trusted you up until now. Don't break that trust. You have one more chance, Telchul. Because if I get out of this, I won't leave this room until I kill you.
Telchul says,
Life's a good one, lad. Eh?
Slams his shield down right in front of Telchul.
all right. The other henchman here runs over here, jumps up on this table, and launches himself at you. Let me see here.
They just all dogpile on me because that'd be pretty funny to think about.
They basically are, yeah. They're all like 4 foot, right? So there's just loads of them around you. This is like that scene in Jurassic Park with the T-Rex and the raptors. A 7, yeah. He comes in, just jumps off the table. You just bang with the shield.
Just splat like against his body?
I feel like just boom. You just like slam him to the ground. Telchor at the top of this round shouts to the one by the door and says, "What's going on?" The one at the door says, "Don't know, boss. Don't know." The others are moving around and they just say, "Fuck it, just fucking get him." And they're all gonna just fucking try and hit you again. So let's see. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's right.
2 of them hit.
The crit myth is not there. Thank God for you. 2 hits in there. Oh, I clicked the wrong sheet. Hang on, I'm an idiot.
I got hit with an LTT 8YZM.
You're being hacked. No, I have 2 Roll20s open. I have one for the stream.
They're hacking me. I know what's going on here. They're gonna hack me.
I have a base roll technique.
Oh my god!
It's not the plus, ignore, because I'm just hitting on the one that's the 22. Why is this rolling an extra one every time?
Because it's the crit.
No. I mean, there's 4. I clicked it 3 times. And I rolled it 5 times, but I don't know. So
well, it should have only hit
8,
twice anyways.
Twice.
Yeah. It's the 8
So it should
plus
be an
the
8
4.
and a 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 12.
8 plus 4.
So from around you, Telchul's...
Twice. It was the 22, I think, is the only one that hit him.
23.
Oh, no. Yeah, the 23 misses. 23 misses.
Yeah,
1,
the
2,
20 you
3,
said the
4,
25.
5.
Oh, then it
Roll
should just
one
be
to
1
the-
then.
Yeah, it
should just be 1 hit then.
So like they're coming around, you're just like
8.
parrying one with the shield, parrying another with the longsword. You feel a glance off of one of the heavy pauldrons on your shoulder now. Somewhere one of them gets something in. There's a glancing blow, something that crushes one side of you, and yeah, they're just around you. They're just all around you, and it's your turn again.
I just want to check something real quick. So the first thing he does is you kind of see him like he's hurt, but he's also like he's pissed because he's just like, what the fuck? So the first thing he does is he kind of takes his sword like He-Man style, puts it straight up, and casts healing cure wounds on himself. Right, cure wounds is a stronger one, right? Is it healing word that's a stronger one? I can never
Cure
remember.
wounds is the stronger one.
That's right. So he casts
Healing
cure
Words is
wounds on
ranged.
himself. So there's that for 9, which is beautiful. Okay, that's really good actually. And then after he casts that on him, he just straight. The first thing I want to do, let's see, I'm right in the middle of all of them, right? Am I good? Let me look real quick.
Pretty much, yeah.
And
There's
is Telcho the one
by
above
the
me?
door.
Is he the one? Telcho's the one straight above me, north, right?
Yeah, I'll mark Telchor with a little red marker so you know which one's him.
Okay. The first thing he does before he tries to do anything, he just goes,
I really wish it didn't have to be this way.
And he comes with just a straight down swing on Telcho, like trying to just aim straight for like the neck shoulder area. Let's see here. Goes for a 23.
23 is a hit.
Woo! There we go.
8 damage slashing.
8 slashing damage. Yeah, you bring the longsword down. They're all like hitting you and stuff. Telchor he seems distracted. For a moment he glances to the one by the door, and the one by the door kind of shrugs at him, and then he turns back and doesn't bring his battle axe up in time, and you just bring this thing down along his front. He's got kind of roguish garb on, but underneath it you can see a chain shirt. You feel the thing bite into his shoulder, and you just see this like line of blood, and you hear the chains break on a few of them. Bing, bing, bing. He like lets out a cry, and he slams backwards into the table and says, "Ah, fuck!" He's still up. He brings his sword and shield up.
And then I think Cure Wounds is is a bonus, or what you call it, right? Okay, never mind. And then I think that's all I can do that turn. I'm very certain of it.
Wait, how did you even attack?
Yeah, I thought about that afterwards because I thought that Healing Word, I thought it was Cure Wounds was the bonus action one, but Healing Word is the bonus action one, isn't it?
I'll be kind GM.
No, I appreciate it.
You can change
That's my fault.
You can change it to a healing word if you want.
Oh, I mean, I definitely will. Oh, or either change it to the Healing Word and have no attack, is that what you said? Or keep an attack and do Healing Word.
You can keep an attack on do healing word, or you can change it
And just get cure wounds.
and you don't get the attack. And we'll retcon.
Healing.
I need to take the heal for sure. I need to take that heal. That's a lot of healing. That's a really good Cure Wounds for 9.
All right, rewind time. You bring your hand up to attack, and nothing happens. Telchor has a weird vision of the future that never was, and doesn't look at the guy at the door. The other henchman, the one that you kind of slam to the ground, stands up and brings his battle axe up and goes in for the attack on you here. On a 16, he most likely hits the large shield. Top of the round, Telchor says,
Ah, fucking bastard mage. Get it going.
The guy by the door says,
There's nothing I can do, boys. If it's not worked, it's not worked. You're gonna have to fucking fuck him up.
and he says,
Right, well, you get in the fight then.
it's at that moment that there's a on the door. The guy that's at the door turns, and the door just breaks open, and we're gonna go to our break there.
Oh, come on!
We're gonna go to a short
Please
break.
be ring!
We're gonna go to a short break. Thank you for watching, everybody. We'll be back in a few minutes to see what the hell 19 does to get out of this. Let's just say he is not out of the woods yet.
22 AC is feeling pretty good right now, though. I'm not gonna lie.
22 is very
feeling
nice. I didn't make you roll concentration as well, but you should remember.
What's that for? What would that be for, just in general, just out of curiosity?
If you have a concentration spell, if you get hit by damage,
yeah.
you gotta roll a dice to stay up. But easygoing DM on the screen.
Well,
there.
I mean, I feel like
Easygoing
the easygoing DM's nice since there's 6 of them versus me. So I mean, I feel like it's fair.
No. That's nothing. That's you. That's all you getting into bed with the mafia. All right. We're going to go to a short break. Thank you for watching, everybody.
Co-leader of the mafia.
Appreciate you guys watching the stream. If you want to support the stream or any of these lovely, wonderful people, then there's a bunch of links in the chat. Or if you're watching on YouTube, in the description, go and follow them. Go and give them subscriptions.
Turned red. The sun's coming in my window. I've turned red.
I want to... it's the blood of the dwarves. They're about to run. I want to remind everybody that we're doing a one-shot tomorrow, which is a kind of holiday special, which is Dustvale one-shot as well. It's an epilogue kind of one-shot with the Dustvale crew, as snow has fallen on Dustvale, and the gang are the only gang who have been sent to try and deal with it out of all the gangs in the world. So if you want to join us for that, it's on at the same time as this, 5 EST for a one-shot tomorrow. If not, don't. See you after the break. Bye! Welcome back, everybody.
It's Katie Seagull again.
Katie Seagull's back, everybody. Welcome back, Katie. That's you, PB.
Oh, sorry. What?
You didn't
You're
know?
calling? No.
You are now Katie Seagull.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, thanks for having me.
You got to do it in the Penny voice.
you join us at a tense moment, but you've been watching, so you know what's going on.
Say a tender moment.
A
I do.
tender moment.
Tender.
It's a
We're
tender
going to cut back to Rin.
Busting down the door?
No.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Rin, you are in the city. You got out of the sewer.
Yes.
You then began making your way to the tournament. Yeah?
Yes. Yes, I did. I want to
So-
see Drift.
You came up, by the way, by the Tower of the Lost. FYI. The street's just
Okay.
to the north of the Tower of the Lost, which is this huge, great, odd-looking tower.
Okay.
Actually, it's not huge. It's pretty big, though. And it looks all completely locked off. And like there's no one in there or it has any use. It just looks like an old-looking tower in the middle of town. And then you began moving north through town. Give me a perception check as you get to this northernmost portion of the town as you approach the bridge.
The bride.
That is an epic failure.
Yeah.
What a good
Pretty
start.
bad.
What a good
You walk past the area where
I mean, really? Like, can you?
It's been almost every time at the very first roll is always like a solid one. I'm almost certain of it.
You have rolled. There,
But last
somebody's
week,
gotta-
last
somebody go. Listen,
She,
chat.
like, killed me.
Somebody's hacking it.
I know you guys are crazy. I know you guys are like super big fans of the show. Somebody please go back through the episodes and count all the natural ones from Rin and compare them to us. This is insane.
It's weird.
I love you too.
Rin.
You know what? I think I know what it is. I figured it out.
What? Tell
Can't.
us.
I can't.
The Roll20 gods. I still believe it's whoever pays the most to Roll20 per month gets more crits and stuff. Cause whack. Rin, you're moving through the town. Have you bandaged your finger?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Give me a medicine check.
First thing that I did. First thing that I tried to do anyway.
Give me a med check.
Yep.
Yeah.
13.
You do a good enough job. Maybe find a little vaguely clean-looking bit of cloth and wrap it around and staunch the thing.
Okay.
And you also have a bag of books, which I assume you've got.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't put
With
those
you.
anywhere.
You get to the area where you last saw 19 when he went in to have his leg fixed and dealt with and stuff like that. But you notice that the place is closed down. Not closed down, but closed up, presumably
Okay.
for the tournament. You can hear
Oh,
the
that's
tournament going on over the river and heading towards the bridge. There's still a decent amount of people moving across that bridge. Tournament has begun without you, for sure.
Yeah, okay. Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna head towards the tournament. I think I would assume that 19 went there.
Yeah, give me another perception check.
Yep.
Why didn't I go and get a dice in the break? Why don't I have a dice?
We like you rolling on screen to see that you're not cheating. Cheater.
I never. Aha!
That's
Time to
Yay!
fucking roll some dice. 7. 7 is not enough. You lose 1 HP.
Okay.
You look down.
That was a natural 2, by the way. A 1 and then a what? An 8 and then a 2.
Jesus.
Yep.
You look down. There is
Okay.
a very small black cat with amber eyes.
Oh. Do
and
I recognize this cat? Is this the same one from the...
It hisses at you.
Oh.
Scratches across the back of your ankle.
What the?
And it starts to back up away from you. It runs a few feet and then looks back with its eyes wide looking at you. It is not the same cat that you saw in the other one. This
Okay.
one's a little kitten.
Okay.
It's my
I stare at it. What? Okay. Okay.
It runs
Where's
another
it-
foot
where-
backwards.
I start to kind of maybe move toward it a little cautiously.
It runs another few feet backwards and stands in front of the area where the blood grip armory is. It stands there.
Is there someone in the well? No, I'm sorry.
It runs. It suddenly turns around and squeezes
the
through
well.
a little hole in the front of the door. Give me a perception check with advantage.
Yeah, well, I'm curious. I'm gonna investigate this thing.
All right.
Sorry, did you say perception? Yes.
With advantage. You can
Oh.
fuck this up. 13.
I'll just roll one more time.
Yep.
What about a history check,
A
Brad?
15. What does she need a history check for?
I don't know, but take your time. I'm gonna take a bite of the sandwich.
I don't know why she needs a history check. Did I miss a meme? I missed the meme.
No, never mind.
All right. From outside this door, you suddenly notice that there is some extra sounds coming from behind what this thick door is. There's a ding dong zhung, boom boom, and then you hear the voice of 19 say something very muffled behind the doors, like
I'm gonna kill your boss.
whatever his line was. I can't remember. My memory is not very
He,
good.
he said, I know because I started running up the stairs of my apartment. He said, I'm going to kill your boss and then I'm going to ask you to back off. That's what he
Yes.
said.
And then you hear a dwarven voice say, and then the sound of like something being pushed over, the sound of what sounds like a lot of raucous.
Okay. I would like to. I'm going to kick the door down.
All right. Give me an athletics check.
This is going to be great.
Please don't be a 1.
16.
16.
Yeah! So
Is
it
enough.
her.
Bam!
Rin,
Do I do it though?
roll
okay,
me
yeah.
an initiative
Hell yeah,
when
dude.
we get onto the
Oops,
fight
sorry.
thing. It's okay. Rin enters the battle. What do they say on the meme? It's not even a meme. That's
A
real
new
thing
challenger has approached.
Yeah.
Rin.
Oh, I'm so pumped. This makes me feel so much better.
Rin, you are in. You are in.
It shouldn't because I have health.
She is.
You cannot die. I'm saying this out of character. You cannot die.
I just got out of the sewers, man. I don't know what to tell you.
What did
Okay.
you roll? 16.
Oh man, you
16.
stink.
Yeah, I can edit it.
probably, so I mean that's got to be a benefit, right?
I didn't actually get into the water, so hopefully I don't stink too badly.
You stink. No, yeah, you don't stink too bad. Your boots do.
Yeah.
You are in
feel
the
like that
fight,
counts.
Rin.
I did get squeezed by a lovely little serpent, so
The door.
I know.
Telchul swings his axe at you, young man. 19. But his axe goes very awry as the door just breaks. The guy that is in front of the door is just crushed by it. Cartoonishly crushed under the door. His head smacks against the floor. He looks KO. He looked KO. KO. And he is proned out over there. Rin, you
Yes.
kick the door down, and there is a
Yes.
bunch of dwarves with battle axes and shields swinging them at 19. 19's in the middle, fending them off. 19 slash Tiger Rider. I looked at your character sheet. You've lost 17 HP so far in this
Just
fight.
now?
So far in this fight, I think you've lost
Oh,
17
okay.
HP, and you have temporary hit points. So make sure you remove them first.
Oh, I forgot about the. Oh, Daddy! I forgot about the temporary hit
and
points
then-
ahead. I'm gonna kiss Eero on the mouth, even though I don't think I have lips to kiss. But I'm
Dude,
gonna.
that's who saved me. Eero's temporary hit points the last fight saved me.
But you have also
Hey.
gained the 9. But I can't. I don't know if that's
I'm at
correct.
20 right now in total.
Okay, so Rin, it is your
Sorry,
turn.
I'm real excited.
Dude, trust me, you saved me last fight.
Everyone
So
just
I-
turns to you like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and I see this guy on the ground, right, who looks KO'd.
He's under the door, just like. He's out.
Okay, I want to lift the door up and I want to stab him in the neck. I want to kill him.
Okay, god damn.
Oh my god.
Give me attack
here,
roll with
She hated these people before I hated them.
with
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I fucking did.
I think with advantage, and it's a crit instantly.
Okay.
I think that's how that works. Is that right? Whack. I
Yeah.
can't remember the rules.
Seems
With my dagger.
I'm sorry, you were asking me what?
Prone KO character that gets hit is instant crit, right? Melee.
Instant if they're considered helpless, yes.
All right. Give me an attack roll. With
14.
the dagger. Give me the damage. And give me another D4.
Oh my god.
You just jab this guy in the neck. He is not
No.
dead, but he is bleeding from the neck and will die.
Cool. I fucking stab him in the neck and then I rip it out and let the blood squirt everywhere and then I'm gonna go for the next guy on my next turn.
All right. Yeah, all of the henchmen turn and they're like, what do we do? Telchol turns and says, it's your fucking friend. Kill her too.
He says that. I didn't notice until he says that, and I turn over and I go, and I slam my shield back down again.
It's not over yet, though. You are both injured. Rin looks injured. She shows up. She looks fucked up. Are you in different clothes? No, you're in the same clothes.
No, I'm in the same clothes, yeah.
And all right, so let's see. So this henchman is going to attack you, 19. This henchman is going to attack you. This guy's out. So let me roll for these two that are attacking you right now. These two are for 19.
Ooh,
22
one makes it.
22 is a hit. So one battle axe comes in and catches you. Bang! 6 slashing damage as you feel this this damage. You see this sparkle of energy, magical kind of energy launch out of one of 19's legs and fade. Yeah, that's those guys. Blat. Bringing us to this guy here. He is going to break away and run at you, Rin. You do have attack of opportunity on him if you want. He can make it to you.
Oh yeah.
Not you. Sorry, 19.
Oh.
If they leave your threat
Oh, I would
range,
love. I'm definitely doing an attack of opportunity, 100%.
give me an attack roll.
Sorry, I was tapped out to another thing. Let me find it.
As soon as
Just
like,
the straight up block.
just an attack roll, yeah, one attack.
22.
22 is a hit.
Every number.
4 slashing.
4 slashing damage. He doesn't seem to notice it. Why do they all share? Oh no. What have I done? They all share the same HP because I made a mistake and copied them all. All right, 4 slashing for him. Yeah. Puts him to this amount. So he sees you stab the guy on the ground, Rin. Before Telchel even gives the order, he's like moving across the room. You see a longsword come out from 19 kind of wildly and catch him across the back. It opens him and he staggers a little, jumps up on the table, runs over to you. He says, "That was my brother, you bitch!" And he runs over, brings his battle axe up and brings it in as if he's going to swing it at you. One attack is a 20 versus your AC.
Yeah, that hits me.
Holy shit, Rin's gonna go down right away.
It's a big hit. He brings the thing into your center.
I'm down.
Shut up!
Slashes across the center of Rin.
Stop!
Rin
God, you just got there.
Rin is spun out of the door and lands splayed awkwardly on the ground. You're not dead. That's
God,
a
I
dead
tried.
thing. You are KO. She kicks the door down, kills one of them, gets up. This guy just brings a battle axe into her stomach. And yeah, 19, you see her spin and land on the ground. And she begins to bleed a lot and quickly on the ground. The henchman that did it looks quickly out of the door, left and right, and says, "There ain't no guards, quick!" 19, and it's your turn.
The first thing I'm going to do is I look at Tulchil and I look over and saw that Rin went down and I went, "You spare her and I'll consider sparing you."
I don't think you're in a position to be making those bargains. We've got the upper hand, we might.
he says that, and as he says it, the first thing I do, like I just kind of throw my sword, like almost like I throw my sword at Rin, but it doesn't go anywhere, but like a shadow of it goes towards her, and I cast. It's Healing Word is the one that's a little farther, right?
That's the one.
And that's the bonus action, so I can still slash with the.
That's correct.
I like throw it, and like the sword like sticks in her back, and as it sticks in her back, you see it go like this, and it casts Healing Word on her. And you know what I'm gonna do? I am going to let me see something real quick. God, stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Where did my? Oh, well, that's very interesting. Anyways, yeah, just a level 1 Healing Word, and actually. No, we're gonna use a level 2 Healing Word on that one. So let me.
I'm gonna have to go all out just this once.
Just a nice, just a beautiful crit 1 for 5 healing.
It's 6. It's 6 in total. It's the 1 and the 5.
Oh, that was just okay.
So 6. Rin, you hit the ground, and then you wake up. The wound that you've felt hit you in the stomach doesn't look anywhere near as bad as it should. You just kind of blacked out for a moment. You've had a very long day. You are prone. On the ground.
After she kind of, notice she comes back, I yell over, "You're gonna have to put your big boy pants on, but this one's mine." And then I just straight go to like, I'm like literally like looking like I'm trying to cut his head off. And I go right for Telchel.
Okay.
I was born in big boy pants 19.
That was fun.
Where is it not letting me? Oh, keep clicking my items instead of my
attacks.
11?
11 is a miss. Telchel, while confused a little, kind of parries the thing back. He's got eyes for just you now, as you keep goading him.
Fight me one-on-one. Tell your other friends to go away and let me get my great sword. We'll see who wins.
He's just laughing. He's just laughing at you. He's laughing. You think this guy's ever fought anyone one-on-one? Come on, dude. In the distance. Give me perception checks, you two in the fight.
Crit 1.
6 from 19. You don't hear the thing that could possibly be heard. Rin, give me a perception check as well.
Mm-hmm.
13. You hear it clearly. You hear in the distance the sound of somebody's voice being projected very, very loudly and very clearly across the river as he says, "And your winner, Owen of the Snow! Commiserations, Ward." And then you are drawn back into the fight.
Ward lost. No, buddy.
I guarantee you, Ward did not try.
He was sleeping.
The next henchman, the one that you keep slamming to the ground. Oh no! He's coming. He's gonna come at you, Rin. Sorry, I was gonna have him run over here. Sorry, I thought I had already done it. He backs up and runs at you as well, Rin. He sees you getting up, runs over to you. Hey, chop her head off! Drag her in, quick! Brings his battle axe up.
Opportunity of attack, right?
You do have
No,
an
because
attack
I'm
opportunity.
prone, but I do think that I can dodge.
19
Yeah, I
does.
get opportunity of attack.
Yeah,
don't
you
I?
do, because it's... No, you don't. New round. It's not a new round yet. You've used it. You've used your reaction.
You still get an attack of opportunity if you're prone,
Oh, perfect.
as long as you have a reaction.
Oh, yeah. You just don't get it. 'Cause it's not when they enter your threat range. It's when they leave.
Right.
Yeah, leave. Oh, cool. Good to know.
You are prone.
Oh, you only
though.
get one of them. So if a bunch of enemies
One
leave
per round.
You are prone.
Oh.
You're prone on the ground, which means he has advantage. So does the 16 hit?
Yeah, it does.
No! Stop doing this to my heart.
He's going to try and chop off your head. 9 slashing damage.
Cool.
He just brings the
I-
thing across your back.
I go down again.
A splash of blood across the cobblestones. He says,
Fuck, I didn't want to get blood out there. It's gonna take forever to clean.
he turns to you, 19, and they all start, and they're like,
How do we take him down? Why doesn't it work? God, the fucking mage is down too.
Brings us to the top of the round. Telchul is going to swing at you 19. 14, miss.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's for sure a miss.
Rin, can you please give me one death saving throw?
Come on, stop.
Natural 20.
14
Hey,
is at least a
14.
make.
Woo! Let's go. You're fine.
14 is a make. 3 of those.
Cry.
3 of those, and you will stabilize. 3 below a 10 or an 11, you will you'll die. So
10 plus is a save.
below 10 then, yeah.
plus.
So I was right first time. It's late, okay? All right, I have to do this at midnight every week, okay? Don't judge me.
I'm not judging.
As a
I'm just
meme,
trying to help.
for the meme, I put D&D 5e light in the title as well because how little I know the rules and have been DMing for years.
I like that.
Okay, so this guy's going to hit you or try to hit you. 9 is a fail. This guy's going to try and hit you as well. Behind you, 19. 11 is a fail.
Yes.
So again, it's just 19. Just dung with the shield, parry with the longsword. To these guys behind him, he spins around towards Telchor.
This is like a picture, dude. Like all these dwarves like jumping all over this
one
robot.
Jumps in. 22.
Oh.
22 is a 4 slashing damage. This one, the one which originally downed Rin, turns and just runs. Does the same thing as the other one does, where he jumps off onto the table and leaps off, bringing the battle axe over his shoulders and bang, brings it down onto yours. There's a clung as the dwarf deals 4 slashing damage to you, 19, bringing it to your turn.
2 questions. Firstly, if I try to separate myself from this, that means they have 4 attacks of opportunity, correct?
Yeah.
In total? Okay. The first thing I'm gonna do is I notice Rin's down again, and it just like heats 19 again. So he like takes his sword, he like puts it like to his chest real quick and brings his shield in, and I'm gonna cast healing healing word again, but I'm gonna cast it on myself at level 2.
Okay.
Seven.
Quick random question, Brad, just for D&D in general. Do we know when people are making death saving throws at all, or no? Like as the character outside, do you know like, oh, they have 1 save and no makes, in a sense of like, oh, they look like they're stopping breathing, or they still look like they're breathing okay, right?
I generally play it as if you have a decent idea.
Cool. That's what I wanted to know.
Rin is still kind of on the ground, like, and like
So
blood
she was like at 2,
pouring,
she'd be choking blood and
pouring out. Yeah, she's kind of like laying there. Yeah, you can. I feel like
Great.
the numbers relate to a generalized idea. And if you want specifics, that's when you start rolling things. But again,
Right. Totally.
D&D
Okay, go.
5e light. It's not necessarily the rules. It's just how I do it.
Cool. Good to know. Sorry.
And
Thank you.
Okay,
Keep talking,
19.
I'm trying to figure something out. So
Your
go ahead, keep
main
talking.
action, please.
The first thing I'm gonna do is I notice Rin goes down again, and I look at Telchul and I go, because that door is still open. Am I correct? The door to
half of
outside
it
is still
yeah,
open.
Yeah.
He just kind of looks at Telchul and he goes, "This isn't over," and he brute strength wants to push straight through and try to get to the door and stand in front of Rin.
Okay. So that is
my God.
35 feet. What is your movement?
I can go 30 so I can get right in front of her.
You can get to there.
That's what I can do.
Is
Yep,
that your plan?
that's the plan.
Everyone's gonna. Oh no.
All right. So brute strength. You try and barge past them. You can barge.
They're all gonna. What was that?
You can barge through them. I'll just allow it. Generally speaking, you normally can't move through a token, but again, 5e light, and I like the idea of how this would look if you pull it off. I think first, give me a strength check. Give me an athletics check. And I'm
Straight athletics check?
I'm gonna just set a DC with a random DC for you there.
11.
Nicely done, sir. And then you're gonna take 4 attacks if you survive this.
Miss.
Yes.
So when they go to attack me, I want to say that the guy behind me tries to attack me, and I literally like knock him in the nose and break his nose with my shield, even if it doesn't do any damage. And then the other one, I do kind of the same thing, but with the sword. Like I kind of like ching, and then the other guy, Telcho, goes attack, I hit with the shield, and then ting, and then I just fucking push both of them apart and run over to Rin and get right in front of her.
Sure.
And then as I get over there, I look at the guy beside the door, and I kind of look at him for a minute. Now I got to ask a question. Since I'm right there and technically I'm outside the door, am I able to go? Am I able to get as an action? Or you want me to use movement as that? I'm not sure, so I'm asking.
What do you want to do? Sorry, just leave.
So like, say for example, I wanted to, cause I'm right by the door. Would I be able to go outside with the action, or is that just going to still be movement for sure?
You can use your action to do a dash,
Basically,
which will give you an
really
extra
get out,
30.
kind of.
If you want to pick Rin up, that's going to be your action to pick her up, though.
Okay, yep. So he doesn't do either of those things since I'm just going to wait for hopefully next turn to do that. But I do want to look at something real quick. I got to read a spell real fast.
It's an action to pick someone up.
For sure, yeah. It's like I'm basically treating it like a use object.
Cool.
That's going by the way too. I look over at the henchman that's kind of by the door and I go, "Are you going to get in my way? I'm leaving."
Yeah, give me an intimidation check. You barely have to give me an intimidation check. The DC is 3.
Oh my god!
He sort of looks at you, looks over at Telchor, and he's got like his battle axe up, and he says, Why can he even fucking move? Why can he even fucking move?" And he's just kind of like, he's just not really doing anything. He's not responding to you or anything. He looks kind of scared and confused, and the others have all hit you and just like, you've just kind of bundled past them, and they're kind of moving as if they're going to come after you as well. Yeah.
And then, so I use that. So I've only got the regular action. So I want to be reminded because I can't remember. So how does spells work as far as I did a bonus spell? I cannot do any other spells now, correct?
No, you can do a cantrip.
I can do a cantrip. That's right. Okay, then give me 1 second then.
One spell per turn.
I wonder if I have
Fireball. I wonder if I have Fireball.
Can I just have 1 fireball for 1 round and just see if I can hit the 4 of them? Anyways, as the guy that I intimidated sitting there, he says that, and I just kind of look at him and go, "It doesn't matter." And I just thrust into his gut and try to hit him with the sword because I really don't have anything else I can do, and I really just want to hurt something.
Okay,
So
give me the attack roll.
16.
16 is a hit.
Yeah.
And I want to stick it into his stomach for a 9, if that's all right. Even if it won't kill him.
It will kill him.
So I want to stick it into his stomach, and as he's like, I want to like look him in the eyes, and I want to look over at Blood Grip, and you can have me roll whatever you want. I want to pick him up with my sword, and I want to throw him towards Telchor.
Holy shit, that is so fucking cool.
Give me an
Brad,
athletics
please.
Athletics?
Yeah.
17.
You do
Yes!
that. You do that. It doesn't hit Telchor.
I want to throw it like right in front of Telchor.
Yeah, the dying man is lifted, his legs kind of underneath him, and you bring it both hands. I feel like you're not that strong. You think you're strong, but you're not that strong, really. You lift him up, and you just fling him. And it fling this dwarf across the room. The guy dies not because of the blood, but because he just smacks onto the table. His body kind of bends backwards over this table and then falls heavily onto the ground. The others, Telchor, the others are moving forward, and Telchor raises a hand and says, "Fine, go, but this is not over."
Oh, no,
fucking
it is
find
not
you.
over. I
I'll
challenge
find
you
you.
at dawn tomorrow. Me and you. No one else.
Fine. Right. I'll see you at John's fucking farm.
John's farm. Dawn.
I turn around, I pick Rin up, I throw her over my shoulder, I walk out.
And that is where we cut back to the Coliseum.
Oh my god, no!
That is where we cut back to the Coliseum. God damn. God damn.
Oh, I'm so happy you guys aren't dead.
Me too. I totally thought that was happening. I mean, it might still. I still have to roll.
The
Oh,
Coliseum.
you get back up, honey. You good. I'm gonna heal your ass.
So,
Thank you.
Drift, I assume you have been resting.
I'm sleeping.
Some time has passed. You did find 230 gold on your table. I think, was it 230 gold? Just to correct me if I'm wrong, please.
250.
Correct.
Was it 230 or
It
250?
was 230.
I'm sure I wrote
Okay, cool.
230 down. You found 230 gold, Iridir. Drift went to sleep, and
I slept. Yeah, Eero took it out for a night on the town.
just to sort of vaguely fast forward through all the trivialities, you said that you were going to head out and look to purchase some things to
Yep.
bolster Drift for the next round of the fight. Behind you, the next fight has begun. Ward the Tower versus Owen of the Snow. I think probably Iridir, as you were heading out, you might have seen them both. Owen of the Snow is a kind of wild man. He's your classic looking dwarven barbarian. Furs, big kind of stocky dwarven, thick beard looking dwarf.
And face paint.
Face paint, yeah, very Nordic looking. They sort of exclaim that he's from the Moonlands, which is an area in Thelmecia, which is it's sort of partly regarded as part of Thelmecia's sort of the kingdom, but it's kind of on its own as well. It's a snow-based outlands. Anyone from there who is from there generally has the Outlander background. Is one of those, and a lot of barbarians come from there. Yeah, you notice that Ward and Owen start to go. They start to fight.
Oh God!
Underwater.
Again?
Yeah. Oh God, that right there is the reason that Ward didn't try. I guarantee you. But there's the beginning of the fights probably as you head out, knowing that you don't want to waste too much time. Yeah, you head out and look for. You said you were looking for a potion seller, like an alchemist. You know where there's one of those, and maybe somebody that sells swords and things. I think you said, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for a longsword, a shield, and I'm checking to see if there's any sort of potion or something that I can take to regenerate my bardic inspiration.
Okay, give me a perception or an investigation check, just as a general flat check to look around.
Yeah, I don't want to do a shopping episode. Why do I keep closing this? Okay. Perception. 17.
You can find basically anything you're looking for, so long as it's like your basic equipment stuff. So if you want to, again, like on the weapons list that I have given you all, which is from the PHB, you can pretty much pick anything up off of that, deduct the gold, and say that you found it. There's just a seller. It's not hard to find people selling weapons at a melee tournament festival thing. There's just people selling all sorts of weapons, and you look and you find a relatively decent looking thing that's most likely from Rosegard. There are like exotic ones and things, but you're not too sure whether they're going to fall apart or if they're designed to go on a wall, so you probably find a relatively standard looking thing. You say you're looking for a short sword and a shield?
A long sword and a shield. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think you can easily find the long sword. You can find a shield, maybe like a smaller shield, like a buckler.
Yep.
Round, maybe some emblems on it that symbolize Rosegard, a rose on the front. Similar to what Ward is fighting with in the arena. And then you most likely head to that potion seller again.
Yep.
I forget his name.
So do I.
His name.
It's just potion seller.
Potion seller.
Please, Whack, please.
Call him Jim.
Please, Whack.
It's the draconic version of potion seller. It's
Potion seller. Yeah, I can't remember his name, but
What the fuck?
he had OCD. That much I remember. My OCD potion seller, Dragonborn, big blue Dragonborn with his very nicely arranged selection. Kogar, there you go, that was his name. Potions. I've put him in a completely different document because I'm really good at GMing. Is your faith in me GMing waning yet, everybody? It should be. Okay, so you find this gentleman who has all of his potions.
If I went out again, I definitely would have changed my clothes as well from my noble attire.
Oh yeah, you're like the old man that comes back to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's still there. He's rearranging his potions again. He keeps rearranging them from color to alphabetical, and then from alphabetical to color, and then from color. He keeps doing it over and over again. He looks exactly the same as previously as you approach, and he says,
Back again.
Hello there. It's good to see you again. It hasn't been very long, but I've already got some more business for you.
Okay. What?
Well, you see, I have a friend. He's participating in the tournament, and well, he's a bard, and well, he has. He's very inspiring on a daily basis, but he's a bit tired. I don't suppose you have anything that might help him?
A bard? Are you asking for illegal items?
I don't know if it's illegal or not. He's very tired, and he can't really inspire anyone anymore.
there's a as he kind of exhales, there's a crackle of sort of lightning energy from his nose. He says,
No, I do not sell any of that.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I can sell
What
you
other
something
things
else.
do you have available?
he says,
I can sell you this.
he brings out a potion. He says,
It will re-energize your bard. It will make him feel healthy.
What does it do? Does it heal him, or
It is made
what
with
sort of thing does
legal,
it do?
natural ingredients. But it will make your bard a little strange for a time.
Oh, he's a little strange anyway.
Side effects.
You know the bards.
he pushes it forward and says,
Side effects. Your bard will appear, act, and be very, very drunk. And sometimes they shrink. And sometimes they float. But he will feel brand new.
he pushes it forward again, a little to the edge.
How much does this cost for an old man like me?
Give me another one of your charisma checks, young man.
Flat charisma check.
Yeah.
19.
He says,
For you, 100 gold pieces.
Oh, 100 gold pieces. Very well.
Starts to take out 100 gold pieces. Like look like a bum.
yeah. He just takes everyone again. He counts them very particularly, places them to one side, and then he taps the top and says,
Drink the whole thing.
Okay, I will let him know.
And don't come complaining to me if he floats off into the sky and never comes back.
All right, he can be a problem sometimes, so I don't think I'd mind.
Would you like anything else?
I think that's all for today. Thank you very much. Kogar, was it?
Kogar Jr.
Junior. Does your father do this as well? Have you been doing this for some time?
He did do this. No longer. He's an old man like you. You'd get along just fine.
I bet we would. Well, thank you, Kogar. I'll be taking this. What do you call this?
We call that green ball.
it's green in color.
Green ball.
Make you strong like bull, ready to fight, but makes you green because you will feel sick afterwards. It's also green.
All right. Well, thank you very much. You have a pleasant day. I hope the rest of the festivities see you well.
I'm going to get myself some food now.
And then he turns and then immediately goes back to arranging his potions. You heading back? You want more?
Yeah, after I've gotten the longsword and the shield, I head back in.
Drift.
Yeah, I'm up.
You may use hit dice. It has been 1 hour since you began resting.
Wait. You don't get full HP back?
No.
How long have we been playing D&D, John? Come on, man.
Wait, but none of them get full HP back, right? Like we all start. We're all going through.
I will say
I
this
don't know.
though. Walter didn't have
I
to
don't know
fight.
I don't know if you'll give this to me, but I don't know how much time is left. But I have Song of Rest, and I assume if he's resting, I would be doing that.
Well, you could have done that when he began his rest, yeah. So you can use your hit die. You get an extra 1d6, is it?
Correct.
For each. I don't know how many hit die you have. I think you probably have all your hit die.
No, it's
actually,
just
Chris.
once. Yeah, it's just once.
So you get however many hit die you want to use, plus 1d6.
Can I use them separately and see how much health I get for each one?
I don't know if there is a rule for that. I generally just let you do it that way if you want.
I would love to. I would love to see how high I can get. And I get a free 1d6 from the bard?
Yeah, roll at least one hit die and you can do a 1d6 because he's got Song of Rest, which he played for you before he left.
All right, let's do one hit die right now. 8
HP back plus 1d6.
12.
4 makes it 12.
Brings me to 18. That's pretty good.
That's the only d6 you get from the Song of Rest.
Okay. I only have 2 more hit die. Do I get any hit die back on a short rest? 1, right?
Long rest.
Nope.
Long rest.
The long rest,
Only
you'll get
long.
half of them back.
Oh. It's like, do I think about the third fight or do I try and get full HP for this one? Ooh, I could. Let's just use one more because we could always buy a healing potion after the second fight and I could chug that down.
Yeah?
I'm gonna use one more hit dice.
Sure.
6.
Okay, you're at max.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now you also have your spells back because warlocks get their spells back on a short rest, so you have your full complement of spells. The little gnome comes in. Iridir isn't back yet, but there is a point where the gnome that you had spoken to with the parchment to fill out comes in, and he's the one that shakes you awake.
You're there.
Yeah. Oh, hi.
Come. Time to wake up.
Is it time to fight?
In a minute.
Oh, okay.
Come now. You must fill out this again. And you cannot write, is that correct?
I can write, but not very well. I would like for you to write for me.
Oh, is that right? Perhaps you would like for me to wipe your ass when you shit.
No, that won't be necessary. Thank
I see
you.
how it is, sir. My sincerest apologies for not knocking on the door.
No, it's fine.
I did not realize these were your chambers.
You put me here. I'm confused.
Indeed. Well then, please declare any equipment, spells, and potions that you will be taking into this.
Okay.
Am I back yet?
No.
Okay. I know what he's getting. It's fine. For my equipment, I'm gonna be using a dagger.
Iridir walks in.
So as this is what you see, Eero. You see me like showing him my dagger. My shadow sword.
Dagger. This shadow sword, yes.
I also have a now that I know you can use more items, a light crossbow.
That is not a melee weapon, so it is forbidden.
But luckily, I have a longsword for you, just in case you need it.
Oh, perfect. A long sword
As well as the
longsword.
shield.
and a shield.
That is a very nice shield with the emblem. They were like that.
I thought it sort of looked like drift, so it made sense.
Yes, it is
It's just
small.
3 circles.
Well, that's the way that I see you.
Okay. I'll also be taking a wrathful smite
Wrathful smite, yes.
and a shield, the spell, not the actual thing.
Shield spell.
Yes, okay. And any potions to declare?
Before we continue with the spells, may I declare my own?
You are forbidden from using spells. Did they not come to speak to you about your little foray into magic?
No, no one did.
Well, you are forbidden from interacting directly with the fight. Of course, bards can inspire and cheerlead from the sides. That is all. You are not allowed to directly engage with the arena.
Very well.
No
Thank you
spells,
for
no
the
running
clarification.
in to save them. Even if his fucking head is being chopped off, you are forbidden from walking in. We will deal with it.
If his head is... What?
I understand that the Boulder Downs can be a little sparse with their information, but really you could have asked people what the rules were before you ran in and...
Well, I asked several people.
Yes.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you, regardless.
Any potions to declare?
Healing potion.
Just one healing potion?
One healing potion, and did you get anything else at the market?
Just the healing potion. I got something for myself that might assist, but it's not entirely reliable.
Yeah, yes, then just the healing potion.
Okay then. Come.
He rolls up the scroll and tucks it under an arm.
It's time to fight.
Right now?
And he heads out to the hallway again.
Right now?
I'm changed back into my finery already.
I assume so. Like you walk in. Yeah, you walk in, and he says,
You missed the good fights.
Okay. Iro, what are we doing?
Well, unfortunately, I don't have much to do aside from giving you these items. I am rather tired. I purchased something that is a bit unpredictable. Perhaps you might have to rely on your own skill for this fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be fine. That's fine. I mean, you helped me just a little bit last time, right? It wasn't that much.
Yes, just a little.
And have you seen 19 or in? Are they watching?
I'm sure they are.
All right.
the little gnome says,
Okay, you know the way now. Just down there and to the right.
and as he says it, there is a floating body that comes around the corner. You see two of the guards and like a sort of young-looking mage initiate who is kind of got his hand upturned, and it seems to be kind of bringing the floating body. It is the ginormous form of Godfrey the Gladiator. He looks completely knocked out, on his back, and the two guards in front, as they walk past, say, "Don't believe it! Don't believe it! Right before my eyes! What did she even do? Didn't even see what she did. Didn't even see."
Someone beat Godfrey?
And the guards turn. Yeah, what were you doing? Sleeping?
I was getting ready for my fight. What happened?
Oh, it was mental. I ain't never seen nothing like it. No one's expecting it. Oh, by the gods, I don't know who's lost amount of gold out there. Probably all of them. Probably every single person here has lost gold on this one. She is fast. She is fast. She is fucking fast. And also, there was the cloud, the sort of cloud of fog that appeared. It was mental. It started, suddenly, cloud of fog. Next thing you know, Godfrey's on his back, screaming. Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who is she? What's her name again?
They call her Muriel the Silence.
Okay.
I'm gonna find out everything about her. Yeah. She washes her hair. I think she'd probably scrub up quite nice.
Perhaps I'll save this potion in case you win.
I'm gonna win.
Of course, when you win.
Yeah. Let's get him! And I take my new shield and my shadow sword and I slam it together and tuck it in. And I just do like a total gladiator run, like out. Like just getting the, like walking out,
Just
getting
in
the
time.
audience hype as soon as they have me out. Yeah, I get stopped by a guard or whatever.
You're late.
I'll
Frankly,
do the purple fire behind him.
you're for sure late. Like Walter is tapping his foot in the center, Sonic style, and the king is already addressing the crowd. Well, who'd have thought it? Godfrey the Gladiator has been felled by the independent Muriel the Silence, and there's a kind of a clap. There's definitely a lot of forlorn faces in the crowd as you look about. He then announces the next fighters, and now, finally, we get to see our Walter the Red against newcomer Drift the Curse Breaker. People cheer for you, and they cheer for Walter. It's a very mixed bag of cheers. You are led by a guard very quickly to the center of the arena. There is no bard introductions now. You've done that. Iridir, I assume you're just stood at the edge.
Yeah, if there's no proper introductions, I think the only thing I would do is probably I'd be playing my lute, sort of accompanying Drift into the arena and whatnot, and I think making the purple fire his footsteps. And I think once the king like announced his name, I would have just written Drift in common over his head with the minor illusion.
Nice.
And I want to say something to Eero, like yell it to him,
Okay.
if you don't mind,
Yeah.
before it starts.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like taking in everything. I see the drift above my name, and I'm just gonna like look at Eero and just like say like, I need you, and that's it. Like just like I want to tell him that I really need him. That's it.
I look a bit taken aback, and I nod my head.
There is nobody in this archway with you, Eero, though there are stewards and people and guards that seem to be moving around behind you if you need them to do anything. But for this one, you appear to be stood entirely by yourself. In the far end, on the other side, the opposite side, you can see the other bard that belongs to Walter, and you can see the sort of barbaric-looking dwarf as well, who just appears to be watching this fight. There's no sign of this woman, Muriel, and Godfrey obviously was wheeled off as well as, and Ward is not here. So, at the center, Drift, you are placed in front of Walter the Red. Again, he is a very fanciful-looking fellow. He's this guy, straight out of Final Fantasy, red mage-looking dude. A rapier at his side, big red hat, red fanciful clothes that look like they were bought from the same place as you and Eero got yours from. And for a moment, while the stewards and stuff are moving everything out of the way, or like moving out of the arena themselves, the Walter stands in front of you and says, "Ah, we meet at last."
It's such a pleasure to finally meet you, sir.
Yes, I have had my eye on you, and so have some of my friends, by the sounds of it.
Well, they seem like awesome people.
Right, yes. Surprised you haven't really heard of us yet, but let's see how well you truly fight, yes? I hope it's a little better than your elven friend.
I'm just a little kid. Please don't hurt me.
Oh, I have no intention of killing you, if that helps.
All right. Thanks, mister.
I'll try to make it quick. And
okay.
He brandishes his rapier. He swings it around a couple times and says, "How about if we're going to go toe to toe, I'll use this. And he brings out what looks like just a plain hilt. And then he does this kind of a motion, bringing his hand across the front of it, and he reveals a shadow sword, very similar to yours. He makes another rapier out of shadow. His eyes turn red all across for a few seconds, and then he blinks them away and says, "Those aren't the only friends we have in common, I don't think."
Wow. Cool to see another one.
Yes, I haven't seen a boy with your power in at least 100 years, I'd say. Interesting.
Yeah, but you gotta
that would
remember,
show up.
I'm just a boy.
You are just a boy, but I was just a boy once too.
Fair.
The king then suddenly speaks and says, "Right then, time to roll the die." Again, between you and Walter, there is this D4, this pyramid-shaped dice, and Walter says, "If you wouldn't mind doing the honors, boy."
Gladly. And I walk up to it's a dice, right? Like a virtual kind of
like
dice.
a giant holographic dice, yeah, pretty much.
And I just punch it right in the center of it to see what we're gonna get. Ah!
Nice. Roll me D4.
Please not 2 again. Please not 2 again. Please not 2 again.
Well, I mean, what are your other options? One of the other elements. I'm sure they're all terrible.
Well, we'll see right now. Space. Put us in space.
Space. The final frontier.
Or fire.
Space.
Suddenly,
Fire.
Suddenly,
Fire.
the
I got you, Tiger.
suddenly the entire arena suddenly starts to heat up.
Yes!
But not that much. The columns crumble without growing smaller behind you. You suddenly notice that there are those two Washington Monument-esque kind of columns that stand at either end of the one behind you, one behind Walter in the center of the arena, and the columns begin to suddenly kind of crumble. The runes on the side light up a kind of a strange white, and from the very top of them, in fact, from the whole thing, they just they look as if they're falling apart, but they don't get any smaller. Sand and dirt suddenly start to spill out from them and cover the grass of the arena. Then suddenly from behind you, there's a rumbling, kind of like an earthquake, as these enormous maces, spiky, natural-looking formations of red rock, Grand Canyon style, suddenly burst from the ground, and a desert landscape is provided for you. And Desert Arena.
Desert Arena?
Desert Arena.
Okay.
Let me bring you to the Desert Arena. Everybody.
I'll take an ice cream sundae.
Let's go. All right. This is amazingly ironic, to be honest, considering we have a Dust Veil thing tomorrow. Good promotion for it.
Special one shot for tomorrow.
Why do you think I rolled the 3, man?
You gotta be out of your mind,
An
Brad.
advert plays across the arena. Go, whack. Iridir, present the thing while I set this up.
Tomorrow, here on Tablestory, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. British time, we've got a very special Dust Veil episode, a special one-shot happening where it's a holiday-themed episode. Hooray! Because Brad loves the holidays. So we had to do a special Dust Veil-themed holiday special tomorrow with the Dust Veil cast, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you come by and check it out. Brad will be running things. It should be dope.
So,
Awesome.
from all around you, suddenly the arena is very hot. The king says, "The sands provided in front of you are from a faraway land, a desert wasteland. You don't ever want to visit there, I'm sure, but maybe for a brief time today, we can enjoy the desert." And the fight begins. Please roll
Hello.
some initiative.
Where am
Bam.
I on the right side? Where am I?
Oh, I didn't put your token on there. I'm an idiot. Hold on. You are, yeah, you're over here.
Okay.
Initiative time.
Roll me some initiative, please.
11.
11. Walter rolls a 6. Iridir rolls
Yes!
a 14.
Yeah.
So, Iridir, as this is all happening, what would you like to do?
I'm going to yell, there is your curse breaker, Drift, the champion of the first round. He will make Walter the Red look like Walter the Blue.
Very good. Is that a bardic inspiration?
No, I don't have any of those. How would I do that?
Oh, yeah. All right. So, Drift.
Yeah.
You go first. Walter brings his shadow rapier out and points it at you, but doesn't do anything. He stands where he is for now.
Can I ask you, what is up on the northeast side of the map?
Give me
Like, I see something on there.
You see something glinting at the top of a 30-foot mesa.
Okay, so it's interesting. Okay. That's the only thing that I see glinting, right?
You see something glinting up there, yeah. There might be other stuff here, who knows? Who knows
I
what's
climb
buried
that?
in the sands?
Because I just remember, I'm sort of like just about to start the fight, and I know I'm running in first, and because I'm quick and small, and I just remember, I don't remember what character it was or what conversation it was, but I remember someone saying, use your landscape, whether it was Eero, use what's around you.
Yeah.
So, I sort of want to go for it. And there's no range. Can I climb that? Is it climbable?
It looks like it might be. There looks like a route up there.
Okay, is this a safer route right here? Like down, sorry, let me show you. Just as far as like level, like if I went here and then up.
So this mesa here is 15 foot up, which is pretty high to climb. This attaches to it and looks like you could run up this small piece of rock and get to the top of that mesa up there where there's something glinting at the top. This looks like you could run up that and jump up onto it. So you're looking at a thing down here that possibly you could run up, jump up there, run up there, grab that thing.
And if I do climbing, that's a, what is it, strength check?
Yeah, but this doesn't look like you'd need to climb if you take the route. If you try and climb up this thing, it will be athletics checks, yeah?
Okay, all right. 1 second. And is it harder for taller things? Or no? It's just all about movement.
It just depends on your roll. And your movement is how far you can move. You can climb 30 feet if you roll well.
All right, so it begins. I know he's quick. I know he's strong. I know he's full health. I know he's. I'm going for it.
You can do it. You can do it.
I'm going for the glint. I'm going for the little glint. I'm just gonna start and be like, ah! And you're just gonna see me cut away, and I'm gonna go for the climb. I'm gonna.
Damn. All right, let's go straight in.
I'm going 15 to like right here. That's 15. And
yeah.
I'm going for it.
All right, give me an athletics check.
Let's hope it's not the Breath of the Wild climb where it just suddenly starts to rain and you can't climb anything.
A 20.
Let's go! Let's go!
Somehow, amazingly,
No rain today.
you just about managed to get some handholds. But the problem is, you can only make it halfway up because you've got 15 feet of movement. So and it's 30 feet
Can
up.
I dash all the way up?
Oh yeah, you can dash.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do I have to re-roll athletics?
Yeah.
I do?
I feel like you do. Because this is two separate actions.
So if I stay there and don't use that as my action.
You'll just have to do it next turn.
Dashing. Here we go. Through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, motherfucker. Ah!
13.
You start climbing up. You get halfway up. The crowd are going crazy. Ah, look at him go, look at him go. Oh my God, what's he doing? There's a few people going, what the fuck is he doing? Fight, fight, what are you doing? Fight. Most people are freaking out as you start climbing up. You're grabbing onto handholds. You've got these little things. As you get halfway up, the sand starts to crumble underfoot. There's a bit where your foot is not, you got no foothold here. You grab onto a little thing. Your little fingers, you're hanging on by your fingertips and it crumbles away. Crumble, crumble, crumble. You slip and you fall. Give me a dexterity saving throw. Remember when I made that beholder fight with all the greed things around? That was good, wasn't it?
Listen, man. I think it was you. One of your NPCs got in my head. It was like, use your surroundings.
Use your surroundings.
Yeah. Okay.
Dex save. You don't take any damage, but you do fall entirely off of the mountain here. And you probably land like here. You slide down, Conan Exile style, all the way to the bottom. You land kind of rough. You put your back to the wall to check what Walter is doing. And Walter is sauntering over to you. He's spinning his shadow sword around and he's whistling. I can't whistle. And he's going to use his movement to saunter over to where you are. He stands in front of you and looks down and says, "What on earth are you doing?"
I'm scared, mister. Please don't hurt me.
Come, you've got to put on a show. As he says show, his body starts to shimmer. His whole being for a moment kind of shimmers in and out of reality as he starts to blur, shifting and moving in front of you. It's kind of hard to focus on him. It's kind of like everything around him is nice and stable, but he is kind of hard to focus on. Like looking at him kind of makes your eyes hurt a little bit. That's the end of his turn. However, because I'm not rolling separately for him, there is a bard in his side. A ghostly sound of kind of orchestra plays through the arena, granting Walter a bardic inspiration, bringing us to Iridir. You gonna do anything, Iridir?
I guess. I think that if I see Drift trying to go for the potion, I'm gonna try and see if I can make out what it is on the
nice.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
He's pretty close.
And
13.
An investigation check.
9 on the investigation.
You can make out it's a potion. It doesn't have anything on it that looks recognizable.
Skull with crossbones.
It's blue. That's it.
I say, it's some sort of potion, Drift. Focus on the fight. He's right behind you. And that'll be it for my turn.
Yeah, the form of Walter blurs in front of you, Drift, but it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna from my smile and being scared, you're immediately gonna see my eyes just start to like kind of bubble, and just like you're gonna see me like get very straight faced and very serious, and I'm gonna point at him, and I'm gonna be casting or putting Hexblade's Curse on him with my bonus action.
Okay.
And I'm going to immediately pull out my Shadow Sword and go for a big stab on him.
All right. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see. You have a disadvantage on attack rolls against him. Again.
But he doesn't have disadvantage. Doesn't matter. 13. It does matter.
13 does matter. That would have been a 24. You swing at him, and it's just hard to work out. You swing, and you're like, I'm gonna hit him, and you hit nothing. Like you stumble forward a few steps, and he's on your left all of a sudden, but he's still kind of blurring out, and he just tuts at you.
Where are you?
You can see where he is. It's just kind of hard to see where, like, to focus on him.
Where are you? I can't focus on you.
Anything else? You have a bonus action, I think. No.
No, I used the bonus
action. He says,
Do you have to? Sorry, I've never used the shield. Do I have to have it out, or is it always out?
if you're using a shield, you have.
It's
plus
a shield
2 AC.
and a sword.
Yeah.
+1.
No, it's a +2 AC.
What is the?
Holy crap, my AC's awesome.
John, just go into the SRD, like that eye with the circle at the top right. Type in shield.
I feel
just
like you
drag it on
already
your
have a
character.
shield, though. Can you just tell me?
I don't.
At this point, you must do.
No, I have a Shadow Sword, Eldritch Blast, Light Crossbow, Dagger, Hellish Rebuke. That's it.
In your items, you have a shield.
I asked him before we did this.
There's no way you have an 18 AC. Your AC is 18. And,
For fuck's sake, John.
I thought it was supposed to be in the upper items.
You've had a shield this whole time. You've been using a shield this whole time, but
I was like, dude, I'm gonna get a 20 AC.
now you
it's
have a
gonna
shield.
be awesome.
Now you have, we'll just say that this whole time you've been fast, but now you have a shield, but your AC won't change. It's still 18.
God damn it.
I didn't even think about it until then. This is why I'm
I'm
desperate for
sorry,
you people
Wack.
to know.
We had like a full
know.
private
Oh, God.
conversation. He's like, I bought a shield for you. You get 2 AC. I'm like, this is the best 20 AC.
He says, I'm right here, and smacks you around the back of the head with his shadow rapier. He's ping on a 25. That's a hit, I assume. Yeah, even a shield is not going to save this, as in the spell. And he just
I know.
And he cuts a wound open in the back of your head, and you feel the warmth of some blood running down the back of your head as he deals 6 piercing damage to you. Yeah, he's probably gonna move to about here, and yeah, that'll be.
Does he still have this blur on him?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got your spells. Iridir.
Truth.
Over in the wings, there's a geezer behind you now who suddenly speaks as if he just is not. It's one of these guards. He says, "Oh, yeah, we're missing it." Another one runs up. Yeah, we've got a climber. Yeah, we've got a climber. You ready to go for that potion, boss?
Well, I don't know. It looks like he was interested in it. Why? Do you know what's inside?
Beats me. Random as fuck.
Yes.
Once
Random.
It turned
And
one
I
of them
just-
into
I'm
a
just
T-Rex.
kind of- I'm
Remember
looking-
when it turned him into a T-Rex? I remember when it turned him into a T-Rex. That was metal.
I'm looking at the green bull, and I look towards Drift and back at the green bull. Oh, the hell with it! Pop.
Yes! That's why I said that. Yes!
All right. You regain all of your
total just-
spell slots and all of your abilities. So your bardic inspiration stuff and anything else that you get on that, the glamour you get back to, the inspiration, the mantle of inspiration or whatever it's called. Sorry. And roll me 2 D100s.
Oh no! Outright kills him.
82 and a 31.
Nice. Nothing happens.
Yeah!
But
Yeah!
you do feel very drunk. In fact, no, you are drunk. You're super drunk. It's like, you're very drunk, and you will feel at the end of this in fact, roll me a D4.
3.
In 3 hours, when this wears off, you'll be super hungover, like super mega hungover, and it will probably be an exhaustion point. So, keep an eye on the 3 hours if you don't mind, because I will forget. And but for now, you replenish all of your bullshit as an action. So you still have a bonus action.
Okay, bonus action. I say, Drift, you're significantly better than that. I believe in you. You are my friend, and I think you have always been the best person ever. Then I cast Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, Drift, you now have a Bardic Inspiration. If you remember how that works, D6.
Yep.
You can roll.
D4. Is it a D6?
It's a D6
It is a
over the
D6.
next 10 minutes.
Right.
It is your turn, Drift.
really want to hit him. If I climb up, he'll get an opportunity of attack, correct?
Yeah, if you move out of his hit range.
Okay. So I'm gonna Okay. So on my shadow sword, you see me just like sort of concentrate on him, and like I'm following like the zaps of or whatever it is on him, and I'm going to Wrathful Smite my sword. So you're gonna see it fill up with just sort of nightmares. It's gonna get more shadowy, more nightmarish, and I'm just gonna say, time to hit you. And I'm gonna cock back my sword and swing it right into him and actually hit this dumb mother disadvantaged fucker.
16.
And can I use, because I get hold on, I have two things.
Yeah.
Hold on. I can use his thing. Wait, what is the other thing I have +4 to? Oh, that's shield. All right, yeah. Can I use his 1d6 to make sure I hit this?
Yeah, this is exactly the time to use such a thing.
Okay. 4, so 21 or 20.
20 is a hit.
Let's go, this stupid pompous asshole. Damage, 9 damage plus 2, which is 11, plus a 1d6.
Wrathful Smite. Yeah.
From Wrathful Smite, 12. And now additionally, if the target is a creature, it must pass a wisdom save or be frightened until the spell ends.
Okay. First,
So 14 damage
the
and
14 damage. Bringing him to,
Told you.
and then a wisdom save. Blam. An 18 is a make. What's the DC on that?
What was that?
What's the DC?
spells save DC, John, on your spells page.
Oh, let me check.
Very top.
Spells page, very top. 14.
14. So he makes on the wisdom. So he's not feared.
Good.
He
I don't want
also
him running.
makes a con check for the concentration, which is a 7.
Loses it.
Which is a fail.
Yes!
He stops blurring as you strike him. Both of you suddenly hear a voice from somewhere saying,
Yes! Fight, my children! Fight to the death! Whomever draws the most blood will be granted a gift.
and Walter kind of reacts to it as well. He kind of puts his hand up and says, yes, right. Well then, to business, yes?
Business.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yep. Use my bonus, use my thing. Yep. Done.
Okay. He is going to cast Wrathful Smite.
Nice.
He's going to cast Wrathful Smite, which is the same thing that you have. You see the same
Extra
thing.
1d6.
His rapier crackles with that same energy, like a red light pushes through it, nightmarish energy. He brings the thing up and says, right, time to kill another upstart, and he swings it at you.
Miss.
A 16.
I have 18.
You parry it away with your own shadow sword. Ching! The fight is on then. The crowd goes insane. That's the end of his turn. Iridir.
Did you see that? That's my friend. He's quite good, isn't he?
You're friends with Bard and Red?
Breaker.
No, he's the bard for the other one, the kid. Yeah, he's pretty good actually, isn't he? He's not bad. I mean, you spell.
Very good.
Don't know what
He's
he's
very
doing.
good. Come here. Come here.
Yeah, what?
Just come here and share with me.
Are you
Share
drunk?
for Drafe the Curse Breaker.
Is he drunk? Is he drunk? You can't be drunk, sir. We'll have to arrest you.
I'm not drunk.
Yeah. You
I'm
don't
just
look drunk.
extremely
I didn't see you
happy.
drink anything. You don't smell drunk, so I'll let you off.
Oh my god!
And they're like
the curse break. I try
they're
to grab his
super
arm,
in on
like,
the
hold
fight
it up.
as well, though. Like they're not really that bothered. What do you want to do? Anything? Nothing?
I'm gonna use another bardic inspiration.
Okay. Drift, you have another bardic inspiration. Your turn.
Awesome. Just immediately following after that hit, he missed. I parried it, and I'm just swinging around, and I'm gonna go for, like, what's the most pompous thing about him? Like,
His hat.
His fucking face.
all right,
his
then
face.
I'm going for
He's
his
got-
mouth. Then
He's got a big
I'm going.
hat
I'm
with
trying
a
to give him
feather
a
in it,
Joker
his
smile.
clothes. Okay, yeah, he's got a nice pretty
Yeah,
bright
I'm going
face.
right for his like cheeks, right in front of his face.
All right.
I'm gonna swing my shadow sword, and it's normal now, not disadvantage.
Normal attack roll. 8. Same thing, parry. Just the two of you are just ting, 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 just kind of doing that in the middle of the arena. He's dancing backwards. He's got one arm behind his back as he kind of fences your more kind of probably wild swings. And yeah, anything else?
That's it.
All right. He is going to. Yeah, I think he'll probably just swing at you as well. So, another swing back. Whooping 17. Ting!
Nothing.
Once again, you two parrying each other, just doing the kind of thing, back and forth. Iridir.
I say, that's it, Drift, get him! Fight him! You can do it! Why are there more people cheering? Drift!
It's got a few, but I can't tell who's cheering through. No, me neither. Drift, your turn.
So I just got hit like by the belt, or like, you know, parried it again. So I'm gonna do like a swing around and just go for another slash across his body, because the face didn't seem to work out on that last one. So a big shadow sword slash across the body. 16, and then I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
To make it a 21.
21 is a hit.
Now, question,
Yes.
because I'm using Bardic Inspiration, does that help my Hexblade's Curse, which makes it a crit automatically, or no?
No,
Does it have to be on a natural number?
It's the, yeah, you're just adding to it.
Great.
It's the
Great.
natural roll.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Damage. 9 plus 2 is 11.
11.
And the Wrathful Smite is no longer on there, correct? It doesn't stay.
No, yeah, you sort of
Cool.
used it.
11 damage.
Yeah, you bring it across his stomach. He, you see his shirt cut open, and you see this run of blood that spills into the already red clothing, and he stands back and says, really not on my game these last few days. Okay, no more Mr. Nice Guy, and I don't have to go easy on you. He kind of cracks his neck and casts Blur again. He shimmers out of your sight again. He's hard to see, and he starts to dance around you a little bit, goading you. He says, "You're a little shit, you know that? You're always little shits coming in. One way or another, we all find each other. I'm the chosen one, yes? I bet she doesn't call you the sanguine one, does she? I bet you've barely tasted a single drop of blood."
I love blood.
Yes. Don't we all? Your turn. No, wait. Iridir's turn. Iridir, you doing anything?
Gonna have to go get another potion after this fucking fight.
I am going to. I'm gonna kind of like pick up a little bit and kind of basically skip my turn. Yeah, I'm gonna do nothing on my turn. I'm just. Ooh, that don't taste very good.
Okay. Drift.
So I'm just gonna concentrate again. I've hit you once like this. I can hit you again, and I'm just gonna swing for where I think he's standing. Disadvantage, please. Oh my God.
Oh no.
From here, D20 for that natural 1. Critical failure.
D20?
Yes, please. Because I've got a nice little critical fail consequences chart that I've been using for this campaign.
12.
Roll again. Purely because you have a shadow sword. This doesn't make any sense.
Let's go!
Anyone else though, this would be awesome. I hope someone rolls a 12 one day.
1.
No, you didn't roll a d20, John.
Oh, yeah, it's a d12.
Oh, sorry. I'll roll it again. 1d20. 11.
11. You expose your weak spot and your foe has advantage on the next attack.
Shit.
You stumble forward on your attack and just... He says, oh,
It's not that bad.
boy,
It could have been worse.
Come now. You can do better than that. Yes, she really hasn't bolstered you in any way at all, has she? Swings the sword at you. 16.
Doesn't hit.
With disadvantage. However,
What?
he's going to use his bardic inspiration.
Can I counter and then shield?
You can use a
Shield
shield.
is a reaction.
So he would hit with that. 8 makes it, breaks it, correct? I have 18 AC.
Yeah,
So he would get the hit if I didn't shield,
correct.
correct?
How many spell slots you got left?
This would be it. This is
Okay.
gone. I only have 2 all day. Which sucks. Actually, hold on. Yeah, I only have 2. I just take it. I sort of want to wait for a crit, for him to crit.
All right.
I'm gonna take it.
You're gonna eat
gonna
the
take it.
attack.
I'm gonna eat it.
So yeah, you see, you stumble forward. And you
Sorry, just I'm thinking he has a 1d. I don't know that. That's meta. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, you reveal like an exposed spot. He just swipes across your side, cuts a little hole through some of your armor, and you feel a nip as he deals 4 piercing damage to you. He says, yes, you really do need to ask her for better gifts, you know. She really does help quite a lot if you ask and if you do the things she asks back. Iridir, your turn.
I say, I yell out loud, Walter, aren't those boots suede? You probably shouldn't get blood on them.
Give me an intimidation check. Again.
He really cares about his shoes.
Suede boots, man. You gotta watch
The
out.
goat counter, please.
Yeah. The natural 20 plus plus the 5 charisma, 25. He snaps his head to the right and looks over to where you are. Is it? What? Hey, no, these are very expensive, don't you know? It's very hard to get this color dye, crimson. He's massively distracted. Drift.
Does that give me does that even out my disadvantage to regular, or no?
I'm gonna say yes, but only because it was a crit. I wouldn't have done it otherwise.
Okay. Thank you, first of all. But don't you have to roll to see if that broke the blight or the whatever it's called?
No. You need to hit him.
Oh, I gotta hit him first. Okay, I'll hit him right here. I'm gonna swing at him. I'm gonna swing at him while he's looking around, like the back of the head, the back of the neck. I'm just gonna try and knock his ass out. Please. Normal roll. 19!
Is a hit.
10 damage slashing +2. That's 12 damage in the back of the head.
Isn't it? It's crit for you, right? 19?
19 is a crit. It is a crit.
No.
No. Yeah,
No, it's not a natural. It's not a natural.
God, I'll feed off you all day, PB.
Oh my god!
How much? 12?
It's so hard.
12 damage.
12 damage.
He turns away, and you spank him knocked out.
Oh! Oh! Let's go! Daddy did it! Daddy did it!
You spank him knocked.
You really need to take care of your boots.
Fuck out. He's like looking this way, and he turns around, and he just sees this thing coming across. There's a moment where there's a flash of recognition across his face as he looks down at you. Can't hear me. There's a man in the audience with a naked baby who loses his damn mind. There's a shiny looking cleric and a halfling as well that lose their damn minds.
Buddy, I'll be in soon. That was like the best time. I'm sorry. Literally, as I was jumping around, like the door opens to my office, and my baby's right there with my mom or my wife.
My
mom.
You see this sort of odd recognition pass across his face as he turns to you, and you just and as he's spinning into the dust here, you hear a voice drift. The entire arena slows down around you. Comes to a full stop. There's just people screaming, cheering. There's a man that looks exactly like you with a baby in his arms, just losing his mind. There's people that look like Chaplin and Pith in the audience, and they've all stopped. And you hear a voice that says, "Very well done, Sanguine One. Now, let's complete the ritual. Kill him." And
Now is not the time.
the audience start to slowly pick up, and he says, "Kill him, and I will grant you his power and more."
I'll kill the next enemy. Now is not the time.
There can be only one, Sanguine One. Kill him. Slit his throat and drink his fucking blood, and you will become more powerful than you could ever imagine. The tournament continues around you. Everything suddenly picks up again around you. People are losing their minds. The whole village, the whole arena is going crazy. On the ground in front of you is Walter the Red, and he's like grabbing the back of his head. The sword is to one side. The shadow element of it is gone, and he looks up at you. Don't do it. What do you do?
As he says, don't do it. I'm gonna like sort of the sun behind me, and you're gonna see like me like stand over his body, and like the sun darkens, and I completely block it out. And I look at him, and you would have done it to me. And I pull my shadow sword, and I stab him straight in the neck.
And that is where we end today's session, everybody. God.
I'm fucking unmuting for that. Yes!
Dang.
Fuck yeah.
You would have killed me, man.
So much blood in the next couple episodes. I can feel
Oh my
it.
god.
So much blood.
God damn. And the ritual is complete. torch is passed on. Thank you very much for watching the episode, everyone. That brings us to the conclusion of today's episode. What an action-packed couple of weeks it's been.
Oh man, that was so good. That whole episode was so good.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god, that was so
shit.
good.
I am looking forward to you guys being all back together again. I'm sorry that some of you have to sit and be quiet for portions of the episode. I normally don't like doing it, but
Do not apologize for like the coolest fucking experience of our lives. Just
That whole thing was good.
Dang
All
it.
the experiences. in
I'll
that
be
one were
honest,
good.
I didn't expect Rift to do it.
I
was
want to
torn.
explain it. I want to explain
No,
it. But
don't.
You explained it by just
I want-
saying. You explained it by just saying you would have done it because it's probably the truth.
I like it. I like it. What a great episode.
I'm
Thank you.
fucked up personally right now. I'm fucked up.
I'm also torn.
I literally was taken over by something else, and now I'm like, oh my god, I'm fucked up. That was great. That was so fun.
Well then,
Wow.
Walter the Red defeated by the
Oh my
hands
god,
of-
I'm going to round 3 in the turn. Oh, maybe. We'll see.
Well, it was only a couple
You
of
might be
rules.
Round 3
disqualified.
in the dungeon.
Yeah.
Hey, people have been killed before. Just saying.
They have. We'll see
All they
next
care
time.
about is a good show, but oh man, I
So,
think you just pissed off a whole bunch of people.
Maybe.
fucking hell, man. You need any more enemies in this town? So,
Hey, the Boulder Down Sour back, right?
the Boulder Downs didn't even want you to mention Drit. They were fucking so scared of breaking the rules. So, you guys out there watching, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you to RL Kreiner, as I call her, because it looks like RL Stein the first time she was in my chat. She provided us with the Patreon NPC, which was the kitten, which I will say pissed me the fuck off because I didn't want to have to give them an animal that they'll get killed. Okay, let's be honest.
Yeah, I'm keeping this kitten, right? This kitten's still gonna be my friend,
Dude,
right?
yeah.
Worst idea
The-
ever for an adventure.
The kitten, I think I might have lost it actually now, but the NPC thing was that it was just like a kitten which crawls into 19's armor to sleep at night. Like, that's it. So that is just yours. That is a gift from the Patreon.
Oh my god, you just wait.
That's so
dude,
cool.
Things are gonna get so emotional.
Dude, you just straight up have a kitten, and also this is becoming like a cleric thing apparently in these games because Tenchi had a kitten. He was the cleric in the last one, and they just found a cat that followed them and fuck around all the time. So you got one too. Clerics and kittens is now the meme.
Technically, that cat kind of, I wouldn't say it saved my life, but like,
That cat loves you. Okay.
I mean, that cat kind of tried to kill Rin if you think about it.
I don't think you would have ran, and that door would not have been open if that kitten didn't.
No, but
do
I
what
would
he
have
did.
killed that piece of shit.
You might have.
I'm still gonna kill him.
Crying,
At dawn.
Crying the kitten joins the party, and the cats, you know, at least it got some attention. It injured Rin a bit, maybe. Whatever. Anyway, thank you, patrons, for throwing NPCs at us. And we can throw them into the thing. Please don't give them any more animals and stuff. I don't want them to just have a menagerie of things following them around.
I can't handle losing an animal in this show.
Yeah, most animals are immune to damage unless you like specifically say though, like I enter the cat into the fight. Then it's just almost impossible. I just won't do it. The most Deus Ex Machina bullshit will happen to save that animal. Anyway, let's do a round of shout-outs here, so you can go and follow these wonderful people on their daily streams. Let's start with whom we started with this episode. Truly, 19/Mr. Tiger Rioter.
Hi, I'm Tiger Rider. Thanks for coming out and watching. I recommend you come back next week because I feel like we're gonna get to take a nap and I have dwarves to kill. So that'd be a good time to come as next week. Maybe the week after, who knows?
Rocky training
thanks for coming
montage
out.
begins.
Week after.
I stream full time on my channel at twitch.tv/Tiger Rider. I also have an Instagram and a Twitter if you want to check those out. I always update when I go live on Twitter, but I do it full time at 3 p.m. PST Wednesday through Sunday. Come say hi because, well, look at me.
Look at him.
Look at them.
upon
Look at
him.
me. Then look back at me. Then look at Brad. Then look at me. And then back at them. And keep doing it for the next 20 minutes.
Next player who entered the game, who wasn't even here for the beginning, who doesn't deserve any XP for not even showing up to the session.
Oh my God, she was here the entire time.
John Sandman.
Oh yeah, hey, what's up, guys? Thanks so much for watching. I'm at a, I don't know. I just love this show, and I every time. I mean, not every time I feel this way, but I just need to go eat some dinner and.
Yeah, man.
Like I don't even smoke weed, but I feel like I need to like start tonight.
Like time to decompress.
I need to decompress. Like
these last,
wow. Thank you guys for watching.
A lot of these few episodes that have just passed, I've had to go away and decompress as well. Where I'm like, what the fuck, dude? This is crazy.
Well, like last week, the fight was insanely tough. Like underwater, a lot of that. This was like really smooth, and I saw the whole battle layout. But like, God, he was another one. He was me. He was my.
And another one bite. And another one bite.
I'm just excited. Yeah, I'm excited to see next week. I'm really.
Literal dust. It was a desert.
Yeah. That
What was in the potion? Can I ask, or is there a chance we might get that map
again? It was
again?
a straight up like roll a d20 to get what's in the potion. So
cool.
It might have been like the best thing ever. It might not have been.
Turn into a house plant.
It could
Roll a
have been.
d20 now. See what it was.
It could
Roll a
been.
d20 now. See what it was.
Roll me a d20.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what
Oh hell yeah! I would have gotten this, guys, a 5.
Hang on, I closed all my shit. Hold on.
Cloud giant strength.
What did you roll? 5.
5. T-Rex.
Better. Fuck. Fuck. I just fucking closed it again. Where is it? Hello. You would have cast detect thoughts. So I feel like it would have been quite good because I probably would have allowed you to do some like cool bullshit where you can detect what he's gonna do, maybe. You know,
his next move.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah. So I probably would have played it like that.
It would have been thick if I got up there, but everything could have changed.
You would have essentially just been able to read his mind, which would have been amazing. You could have just been like Neo, just.
I actually thought he was gonna get there, Brad. I thought you were gonna be like, Andy makes it, and then you were like, Andy falls, and I was like, oh, that was a good one. That one got me. I thought he was gonna make it.
Oh, when he fell. Well, I made.
I thought you were gonna let him go.
I made a nice little pathway up there, right?
I saw that.
Listen, buddy. I felt ballsy.
I mean, it's no secret, but maybe a decent reminder that I love to put things to sort of like entice you to be like, oh, I'll go and do this instead while the fucking monster is trying to chew on you, or whatever.
John will bite every time.
Yeah. I will. I think I have. I think I literally have. Put me in that situation every time I go for the spell in the chest first.
I try and I don't know. Well, I try and balance stuff. I try. This was really hard to balance, and I've realized that because Cersei was quite hard and Walter was quite easy, and I'm like, how? That doesn't make any sense. I balanced him with his rolls. I was like,
I did so much damage, dude.
You also
your
hit
damage
hard.
is nutty.
You do hit hard.
Like you only had like a 9 or above, right?
Hexblade is fucking
Hexblade
dope,
warlocks are
the Hexblade's curse is. So if you got, hey, listen, anyone playing D&D, Hexblade Warlock is like the most fun character I've ever played as far as fighting.
I really like the look of it.
Spell casting and being in the fight and being back. Dude, I would just recommend it for anyone who wants to try it. It's such a blast. And there's so much more.
Shit.
Let's jump to Pumpkinberry. Where can people find you, Pumpkinberry? Apart from on a train.
Yep. When I'm not on a train, you can find me at twitch.tv/pumpkinberry or on Twitter of the same name. Check me out here Tuesdays, and that's it. And I'm sad about that. But you can also check out Stygian Gate, which was a 3-part series that I jammed here. And you can find it on our YouTube.
You're sad about being here on a Tuesday? All right.
No, I mean, the implication was that I am no longer here on Fridays. The finale of Identity Crisis happened, Brad.
All right.
God.
So, Mr. Wax Steven, where can people find you, or do you want to tell people what's going on?
I'm basically just here all the time. So, like, if you want to find me, I'm here. I'm either DMing or usually on shows. I'm here like all the time. There's a ton of shows and things that I'm running right now. By the way, thank you so much for
I accidentally clicked the button. I'm sorry. Carry on.
What?
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today, chat. We appreciate you. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, I'm on a bunch of different shows. On Saturdays, I'm running a cyberpunk show called Crash City, and it's hype as fuck. So come by and check that out. It's super gritty and just nasty and dirty. So come hang out with us then.
Title of your sex tape. Sorry.
All day long, guys. All day long.
Every
Sundays.
single-
Sundays I run a D&D 5th edition show called Spark of Eternity. And Mondays I do Sector 49, which is a Judge Dredd in the Worlds of 2000 AD show.
That was the trailer I
check it-
accidentally just played for 1 second.
Yeah.
Come check it out. It's awesome. We have a good time.
Is it?
And,
Was it a good time? No. Okay. I just got choked
Yeah.
up again. Don't.
Sector 49 was a great time. I don't know
Fuck
what you're
you,
talking
man.
about.
Fuck you. I forgot. I actually repressed it, and you would have died this episode if I remembered. God, I was way nicer than I should have been to you this episode. I've just remembered. God damn. I will remember this.
Brad, speaking of outros, your monitor's showing.
What do you mean my monitor's showing? Oh,
On your
this?
webcam.
Your
Yeah,
monitor's
it's always showing.
Yeah.
I just don't care anymore. I've gotten to that
Oh.
point. It's there.
You
It's
should
there.
put something up there right now. You should put a little ducky or something like that right there.
Put
Something right there on that little edge right there.
Oh, Vegeta. There he is.
Oh my God.
Get him.
I haven't got anything I can put there. Instead, I'm just gonna.
Weirdest butt plug ever, Brad.
It's like a weird screen. There you go. Oh my God. Okay, there we go. A D20 on the screen.
Ooh.
All right. So, thank you very much for watching. I'd like to remind everybody, amazingly, we played the Dustveil music in this, because that was the desert one. I played the Dustveil battle theme.
So good.
Just for
So
the
good.
meme. And if you want to hear it again, then come back tomorrow night, where I will be DMing once again very late and probably making stupid mistakes. It's going to go on for even longer by 1 hour, so I'm probably going to be even more bad. Yep. Sentence. English. At GMing. Dustveil is coming back for one night only tomorrow. All of the cast return for a silly little one-shot where snow is falling and they have to stop whatever is causing it before the time runs out. Quite literally, before 4 hours are up. And hopefully you guys can join us there to catch up on what's going on with Arden and his cat. I feel like there was something else I needed to shout out, but I've forgotten it. So instead, I'm just going to say
Peace.
thank you very much for watching. You guys
Thanks for watching,
are a
guys.
great audience, and we'll see you next
The
time
best.
for probably the finale of the tournament, and then I imagine the week off will be after that for Christmas. So big finales, and then whatever the fuck happens on Christmas Day, we don't know. See you tomorrow night or next week. Bye.
Later. Black out. Black out.